up and running live here on Highland Radio in association with healthwisepharmacies.ie, and the first of the battles has been won by Kieran Thompson. He works the ball over the 45. He's got a runner off his left shoulder as he goes to Owen Wade, the veteran Owen Wade, who's got a handful of county titles. Owen Doherty's just going to send it in. There's that high ball we talked about in our preview. It bounces along the 18. It's picked up by Kieran Gallagher, trying to get the ball away, but Kilcar have won a free deep inside their own half on the age of the 13, and already we've seen that tactic, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, we talked about it before, and I expect them to do it because Kilcar got a lot of bodies back there. It looks like Kieran Brennan, the number 12, is going into centre forward, Mark Ryan McHugh.
And Ryan McShane, who is the county under-20 player for Kilcar, just linking up with Owen McHugh. Now Kieran McGinley has it. McGinley's going to pop it over the top into the path of McShane, but it was well read there by Ethan O'Donnell, who carries it away for Naomh Conaill. Coming back infield around the middle third, waiting to see where the runners are. He's got a man free ahead of him as Naomh Conaill continue to hold on to possession. Now it's Leo Mclean, pops it off to the right, gives it to Anthony Thompson running into space. Thompson's always good for a score. Here he comes on the right boot. That one's going to drop high, but it's going to drop out to the left and wide. We have the first wide of the game. We are still awaiting the first score of this county final for last year. We have yet to see Kilcar get inside the 45 and try and have a goal on target, Martin.
Yeah, they're just... You've kind of not really playing with a natural sweeper. Lee McClune's going to drop into that area. Paddy Bertie's been picked up by E.G. Gallagher.
And here they come down the right-hand side again. McShane now looking for McBurtie. McBurtie gets out ahead of A.J. Gallagher, but a timely tackle by Leo McClune. The ball spills in Naomh Conaill. The defending champions have turned it over once again. Now they're going to work it out from the edge of their own D, along with Jack McKelvey. McKelvey going toe to hand, coming up as far as the middle third, waiting for support. Standing in the middle is the cornerback, Colton Doherty. Gives it to Thompson. Thompson's got a runner off the left. It's centre half forward, Owen Doherty. Last time he was in possession, he sent in a high ball into the square, but it didn't work out. He continues to hold on to play. Kilcar have everybody bar Patrick McBurtie inside their own half. Picked up by Jack McKelvey now, coming down this near side to us on the terrace at McCool Park in Ballbafay. Gives it to Ethan O'Donnell. O'Donnell's been tracked by Conor Doherty. Ethan O'Donnell carries it into the D in the Kilcar half. He's tripped up, no free, says referee Mark Dorian. It's on the ground. Kilcar surround him and they win a free. Ethan O'Donnell just couldn't get the ball away, and Kilcar, who defensively in these opening couple of minutes have been very, very solid. They take the free quickly with Mark McHugh. It's given to Conor Doherty. Doherty's going to carry it into the Naomh Conaill half, coming down the right-hand channel. Waiting on the captain, Matthew Mclean. Mclean's just going to pop it over the top to Stephen McBurtie. McBurtie steps inside the 45, and the Naomh Conaill half is coming back infield. He's going to be crowded out, has to go back to McGinley. Mclean has it now once again, sandwiched in between two Naomh Conaill players. Manages to find a man in space in the edge of the half. It's the cornerback, Barry McGinley. McGinley now just taking his time, waiting to see who's free. McGinley's going to pick it up once again. Now he gives it to Conor Doherty. But a room here for Conor Doherty to have a go in the right boot. What a block down in the heart of the Naomh Conaill defence. It was Kieran Thompson, was it, that got back there. We're fighting with the sun on our eyes as well, but Kilcar continue to hold on to possession, coming down the right-hand side, and Patrick McBurtie once again. Back to Mark McHugh. Mark McHugh is going to get back to Andrew McLean. Now they're going to change tactic here and change flanks, and coming down the middle, it's Owen McHugh. He's going to run at this Naomh Conaill defence. Has a goal from outside the D. It's kicked high and it's kicked well out to the right and wide. So it stays no score apiece on the scoreboard here in McCool Park. 4 minutes played of the 2020 Donegal Senior Championship final. The Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Senior Championship decider. We are still awaiting the first score, Martin McHugh.
I'm still waiting the first score, and the referee's not going to give the player in possession of the ball. Looks like he's going to be calling. Naomh Conaill have been called twice for maybe they look like to me they could have been given us free ends, but he's called them for overcarry.
Naomh Conaill now have possession in the middle of the park, and it's with Anthony Thompson. Thompson just flicks it ahead as Naomh Conaill continue to hold on to it. Owen Doherty now gives it in. Out comes Kieran Gallagher. There's men for Naomh Conaill there just on the edge of the Kilcar half. Liam McClune's one of them. He'll be looking to pull the strings tonight for Naomh Conaill to try to carve away through this Kilcar defence. Thompson was looking for McClune in that stage, but just the communication wasn't right, and they've given it back to the Townie men. They go to their goalkeeper, Kevin Campbell, and now they can work it from very, very deep. as they come towards this near side. It's Conor Doherty. Back it goes to Ryan McHugh, centre half back for Kilcar. We haven't mentioned Ryan too much in these opening number of minutes, but now Kilcar can work it up the left hand channel underneath the stand, and the big frame of Kieran McGinley is carrying it forward, sends it into Andrew Mclean. Mclean, one of the county men, with a bit of room here for the Townie boys. Flick back to McBurty, on to the left peg. Patrick McBurty kicks this one over the bar, and we've got the first score of the game, and it has come for Kilcar, and it's come from the boot of Patrick McBurty.
Yeah, Andrew Mclean looks like he's been given a lot of room, and he's a player that will punish when he gets his possession. He's got a lot of pace, and he worked the ball up, and he was right to lay it off to Patrick McBurty, and good start by Patrick McBurty off his left foot. Kilcar pushed up on this Naomh Conaill kick out.
By the way, Mayo 17 points, Dublin 14 as the latest score in the All-Ireland semi-final as Kilcar come forward. Ryan McHugh's knocked it in. Kilcar chasing it down. There was just too much on it there, and they weren't able to control it in the danger zone. Good idea by Ryan McHugh just to lump it in there. A let-off for Naomh Conaill, but we've only got one score on the board here, so we have at McCool Park in Ballybofey 6 minutes on the clock, and Kilcar are in front. Question now asked of Naomh Conaill as they work it in the middle third, and again Owen Doherty has it, and they're going to take their time with that possession here. Naomh Conaill, here comes the high ball in from Leo McClune, dropping in and around the rectangle. It's going to go out for a 45, and Barry Shovelin got his hands on it in there, and he was playing it safe just to make sure to get it out of the danger zone, and it's going to be a 45 for Kilcar. As we await this 45 to be taken, we're going to bring Brendan Kilcoyne in to get his thoughts in the opening minutes. So, Brendan, what have you made of it?
Yeah, it's been a cagey opening. Naomh Conaill getting 14 men behind the ball, Kilcar getting 13, all bar Patrick behind the ball. So it's been very cagey, very defensive, and scoring opportunities are going to be few and far between, particularly early in the game while teams have this defensive setup. But it will open up in time, so it will, and we'll see more fluid open play after a while.
So here comes Kieran Thompson, the man that kicked the winning score, of course, for Naomh Conaill in the final of 2019. Slices at it with the left boot, and that one drops over the bar. A classy score by Kieran Thompson, who brings his 2020 championship total to 19 points. He did, of course, kick that score, the valuable score as well, against Eunans in the semi-final. We are level here at a point apiece, and Kilcar on the attack. A man with a lot of room is Andrew Mclean, coming up the right-hand side. Goes as far as the Naomh Conaill 45. Once again has to wait for support. Back to Stephen McBurty, and now Mark McHugh has it on the edge of the Naomh Conaill half. McHugh with a wee bit of room, running towards the 45. Owen McHugh's out there as well. Back to Andrew Mclean, again with a lot of room. Naomh Conaill seem to be quite happy to let one of the Kilcar County stars have that room. Here's Patrick McBurty, scorer of the only points so far for Kilcar. It's going to come back into Andrew Mclean. Mclean is feeding Stephen McBurty. McBurty's going to send it out to the left, feeds it to Mark McHugh. Puts that one forward as Kilcar continue to hold on to possession. Mark McHugh once again. And now Stephen McBurty, as we watch Naomh Conaill have basically 15 men inside their own half. Ultra defensive stuff from the champions. Andrew Mclean is going to try and poke a hole through this, try and find an opening. Turns on Anthony Thompson, finds a bit of room, steps into the D. He needed to get onto his right boot. Instead, here comes Kilcar. Here's an opportunity now for Owen McHugh. Owen McHugh knocks it over the bar. That's a good score by Kilcar. They were playing patient football. They eventually found the gap with Andrew Mclean. He was on the wrong side. Give it to Owen McHugh, and he didn't miss Martin McHugh.
Yeah, but I think Naomh Conaill are putting far too much emphasis on Ryan McHugh. They're putting two men on him when Kilcar attack it, and they're leaving Andrew Mclean free. And Andrew Mclean is the player that's causing all the trouble. And Naomh Conaill allowing him, and he's got tremendous pace. And Kilcar need to get kickouts to him, get plenty of ball to him from that point of view. But that was a great score by Owen McHugh, who's been given the job of marking Kieran Thompson. So Kieran Thompson did kick a very good 45, but that's one up you'd feel for Owen McHugh having kicked that good score from play.
Kilcar are leading here by 2 points to 1 in the county final. We've got almost 10 minutes played of this game. We'll have the floodlights on shortly because the sun is dipping in the distance as Naomh Conaill now come charging forward with Leo McClune. It goes high, it's going to drop around the 13. The fist comes in, the break is there, and it's going to be a free out for Kilcar after a big challenge from Kieran Gallagher. And all the questions about Kilcare's defence, about possibly being the weak point on this team, defensively, they've been very, very good in these opening 10 minutes. Kieran McGinley is carrying the ball forward, lots of space down the right-hand channel. As he pops it over the top, trying to get Patrick McBurdy on ahead of AJ Gallagher, which he does. McBurdy trying to get round, he's going to fist this one. Oh, it comes off the upright, yeah, came off the upright, thought it was going to go over the bar. It stays in play. Naomh Conaill now are able to send it away very, very quickly. It's picked up by Owen Wade. Owen Wade's one of those players from Naomh Conaill that has had huge days previously here. One of the older statesmen now of the Naomh Conaill side. As they step into the Kilcar half and try and work it once again to get a score that will tie up this game. They carried as far as the Kilcar 45. And it's Jack McKelvey who fists it forward. And Charles McGuinness has been judged to have used his elbow for a challenge in there on McBurty. And now they've given it back to Kilcar, who can build up the field, send it up the field. Ryan McHugh has picked it up. He's going to be met by Owen Wade. He's going to come back in field to try and get on to that right boot and create a bit of space. But he was just crowded out by white shirts and was able to get it away. And now Naomh Conaill are on the move once again. It's the cornerback, Kevin McGettigan. Gives it to Thompson. Thompson, the captain, up the Glenty side. Holding on to possession round the middle. With so many men committed up forward, they had or defensive rather, the way to get them back up forward again. And now they're trying to create a bit of space into a crowded area, trying to stay out of the tackle. McGuinness is going to send it back as far as the 45 to Jack McKelvey. McKelvey has won a free. The referee should have played possibly advantage there, but he had called it back, and it's going to be a free to Naomh Conaill. Thompson will take it, and you would expect Naomh Conaill to get back level pegging here, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, you would expect them. You know, Kilcar have a couple of attacks, and they probably should have got a few extra scores. A big high ball by Ryan McHugh, and Patrick McBurdy just timed it inside and could get in. Patrick McBurdy the ball off the post again, but he tried to fist over the bar, and Ryan McHugh went forward at him and give the ball back to Conaill. There weren't enough support up with us defensively, so yeah, free kicks are going to be important, and you expect this man, we see him kicking them for the county, Kieran Thompson, to kick this over the bar. He kicked a very good 45 earlier on, and here we go. Yeah,
Patrick McBurty and Owen McHugh, the scorers for Kilcar. The solitary score to date, the 45 from Kieran Thompson. Thompson is standing over this one. He hits it with the left. It's going to drop, and by the flags behind the goals of the Naomh Conaill supporters, it's 2 from 2 for the Naomh Conaill captain. And on the scoreboard, it is 2 apiece, with the kick to come now from Kevin Campbell, the Kilcar goalkeeper. Both sets of players they know each other very well, and a bit of pushing and shoving going on as they look to get play back in. There's a big challenge coming in again. This time it's Kieran Gallagher, and the referee, Mark Dorian, is going to have a word with the player. And it's Ethan O'Donnell that's talking to the referee, and the referee, Mark Dorian, sending that with the elbow. So there's a yellow card, the first yellow card of the game. A free for Kilcar, which will be taken by Mark McHugh. Goes to Owen McHugh over the far side of the pitch, as Kilcar carry it in front of the stand, underneath the stand. Coming back in field, waiting for support. Kieran McGinley is there for the Townie men. Back it comes to Andrew Mclean. Mclean now is going to come up the middle. Again, Naomh Conaill. 15 men inside their own half. Mclean's going to go round McGuinness with ease. Into the track of Mark McHugh. McHugh onto the 20, thought about having a go, pops it forward, and now it's going to come back to Andrew Mclean and Patrick McBurty, who's out a bit deeper in the 45. He's got them. He thinks he's the measure of AJ Gallagher in this Naomh Conaill defence. He bursts through it. That's a good run by Patrick McBurty, and that's a very good score by Patrick McBurty. Powerful stuff from the big full forward. As Kilcar go 3-2 in front, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, I think Andrew McLean's a big player for Kilcar. We'll watch him. He's basically been left free. It looks like his Owen Doherty that's picking him up, but he's a player getting on a lot of ball creating. Kilcar have kicked 3 points from play. Naomh Conaill's 2 scores have come from frees.
And now it's back in play once again, and it's picked up by Naomh Conaill and Eunans Doherty. As Naomh Conaill go on the hunt to try and level things up here in county final night in McCool Park. Naomh Conaill with possession underneath the stand, back to the middle where they're lining up. Ethan O'Donnell is there. We're about to hit the 15-minute mark in this tie. Jack McKelvey once again. McKelvey has Thompson close at hand, but he manages to get free. McKelvey has a go from 40 odd outs, but it's going to bounce and go out to the left and wide, and that would be the second wide of the game for Naomh Conaill as we bring Brendan Kilcoyne back in. So Brendan, we've played the first quarter, 15 minutes. Your thoughts since we last spoke?
Yeah, we spoke before the game about the high ball into the Glenties' big full forwards, and Kilcar have dealt with it admirably. They're actually getting great energy from turning them over in them situations. They're enjoying it. You can see that it's breathing life into them. Mark McHugh playing centre, or playing sweeper too. You know, he was the original sweeper, I suppose, going back to 2012, and he really is controlling a lot of the game in that area too, Washing.
Okay, so play continues, and Kilcar have possession as they look to build on a slender 1 point advantage. It's a 3-2 game in favour of the Kilcar men. Mark McHugh loses his footing and slides into Owen Doherty. Kilcar have given away possession. Doherty carries it forward, but again he has to wait for support because Naomh Conaill had committed so many men defensively. Ewan Doherty now has it. He's going as far as the D in the Kilcar half, lays it off. Here's an opportunity, trying to create an opening. It comes back now to Owen Wade. Thompson looking for 3 from 3. Classy score by the captain. All 3 points have come from Naomh Conaill, and it comes from a mistake and a turnover from Kilcar.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of Jude on the ground. I'll say that because my own young fella, Mark McHugh, that slipped on the ground there. He was doing really well. He tried to take a player on, and there's a lot of stuff going on off the ball, and the referee and the linesmen are not looking at it, particularly from kickouts where there's players being targeted, kickouts on both ends of the field, and now we see a bit of pulling and dragging going on now out the field, and just the referee needs to get a wee bit of control of it on the kickouts. He's called the water break.
Yeah, he's going to settle things down and call the water break. Maybe a good time for the water break. We're looking at it here. It's 3 points apiece. We're live on this specially extended sport on this Saturday night here in Highland from the county final. Our coverage in association with Healthwise Pharmacy. Check them out at healthwisepharmacies.ie.
And we will go back to Oisín Kelly, Martin McHugh and Brendan Kilcoyne in just a moment. But in the meantime, let's have a look at the Finn Harps as they are taking on Longford Town. Let's go back to join Denise O'Flaherty.
Hi Kevin, we've got about 2 minutes to go here until half time, and it's Longford Town 0, Finn Harps 2, and Harps have been the better of the teams in this game. On 14 minutes they took the lead, and it's the story of Longford Town's season. Jordan Musso was allowed to put a ball into the box. It hit off Longford Town defender Mick McDonald and ended up in the net. On 20 minutes, Tunde Olawabi pulled the ball back and fell to Musso, but his singing shot was saved by Lee Stacey. Mark McKinley pulled off a superb save in the 34th minute to deny A. Durbin, who took a shot from about 30 yards out. That save proved crucial because 3 minutes later, Harps doubled their advantage. Ryan Rainey with a stunning strike from outside the box. And if things stay like this and Harps win this game, they will move up to 10th in the table. So with just over 1 minute to go to half-time, we don't know what stoppage time is. It's Longford Town 0, Finn Harps 2.
And thank you very much to Denise O'Flaherty watching that one there for us, of course, as Finn Harps are taking on Longford Town. Let's go back to McCool Park in Ballybuffet. It's Naomh Conaill against Kilcar, and there for Highland Radio, Oisín Kelly, Martin McHugh and Brendan Kilcoyne.
Naomh Conaill versus Kilcar in the Donegal Senior Football Championship final is live on Highland in association with Healthwise Pharmacies. Locally owned, locally managed and committed to quality local healthcare. Register now on healthwisepharmacies.ie for a COVID vaccine in your local pharmacy and help us keep our communities safe.
It's an easy enough chance. You'd expect Ethan O'Donnell to knock that one over the bar, but as Brendan said, they're struggling. They're getting a lot of players back, and they're trying to get players back, and then it's hard to get up the field, and when they've nobody up the field making decision hold on to possession, then they're trying to put the high ball in when Kilcar have got the bodies back there.
The kick out from Campbell on this occasion. It finds his man as Kilcar work it up the right hand channel, and it's Owen Doherty that has it. Patrick McBurty out around the middle for the first time in the game. McBurty running at this defence, this Kilcar defence. It included Leo McLean. Also in there's Jack McKelvey. Gets it off to the right hand side to the captain Matthew McLean. He links up with Stephen McBurty. McBurty's just going to knock it back to the middle where the cornerback Barry McGinley is going to try and pull a couple of strings. He gives it to Mark McHugh down that left hand side, and a bit of room out there, but Naomh Conaill again quite happy. They've almost 15 men inside their own 45, and another high challenge for Kieran Gallagher, Kieran Gallagher with the high challenge. It's going to be a free. Mark McHugh is going to take this. McHugh's going to go short. And it's into his brother Ryan. Popped over the top to Kieran McGinley. Good ball in. The big midfielder for Kilcar kicks it high and kicks it out to the left and wide. And that would be the second wide of the game for Kilcar. It's tetchy stuff here, so it is, in McCool Park. 3 points apiece, nothing separating these sides.
Can we just say hello to two great supporters, one of each team. Conaill, who's in Letterkenny in the hospital in the rehab, and he's all the Kilcar colours flag. He was an umpire for Kilcar for years. Con, it's not going too bad here, Con. If I know you're listening to me here. And we Rose McDyer, who's in hospital. Q Brennan, her husband, just texted me. That's Brendan McDyer's mum. She's hospital listening to it. I hope she's cheering there for Naomh Conaill. I hope you don't cheer too hard today, Rose. But it's getting us going all right. It's very cagey.
And it's Naomh Conaill that's on the attack. But now Jack McKelvey is going to have to send it back because they're closed out. And Owen Doherty picks up possession as Naomh Conaill look to build again and try and hit the front in this game for the very first time. Ethan O'Donnell did have an opportunity to do that, but it didn't work out. We have played 19 minutes off the first half. We have had the water break as well. Anthony Thompson linking up with Ewan Doherty. He's going to slice at it again. They're sending in the high ball, and this time Kilcar again. Penalty, yeah. One of the big men for Naomh Conaill was being pulled back in front of goal, and they've got a penalty, so they have straight away. Mark Dorian called for the penalty. He's seen it exactly, and it was Charles McGuinness that was being pulled back.
Porricar played him from behind, hoping that maybe a player would get in front, and he made the basket to one it, and Porricar cut his hands around him and pulled him down to the ground. So I think it's a good decision by the referee. Kieran Thompson to kick it. He's already got the 3, has he? From Naomh Conaill, kind of 1-3 now.
The captain for Naomh Conaill looking to score the first goal in this game. It is Kieran Thompson against Kevin Campbell. Thompson takes his run with the left foot. Thompson sticks it down the middle, and Naomh Conaill, the defending champions, have got a huge goal here. They lead 1-3 to 3 points. Brendan Kilcoyne. This is a big moment in the game, so it is.
A massive moment in the game, a goal in the context of a game of this magnitude where teams are defensive, a huge score, and a kick out has gone wrong now for Kilcar, and if Conaill are in again, Oshie.
Yeah, Jack McKelvey is trying to add another score, but it goes out to the left and wide, and that would be a fourth wide of the game for Naomh Conaill. A let off for Kilcar, and Naomh Conaill have taken the goal, and now they're trying to press up and Kilcar, and there's a spring in the step of the man from Glenties, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, look at, they put in the high ball. It didn't work, but they kept persistent with it, and it worked, and now they put pressure on the goalkeeper, and that's Kevin Campbell has given away 2 very bad kickouts.
Naomh Conaill come down the right hand side. It's one of the Dohertys, Ewan Doherty snaps at it with the right. They're going to test this Kilcar defence again, but it goes out to the right and wide for a 5th wide off the game, so they know, put the high ball in and you're going to cause this Kilcar defence problems. They tried it early on, but it has taken 21 minutes to find an opening with the high ball, and it resulted in a penalty and a goal from Kieran Thompson. Thompson having an absolute stormer of a game for Naomh Conaill. He scored a goal in 3. He has filled the scoreboard for the Naomh Conaill men. Kilcar with 3 points. Now is there a response for the men from Towney? McHugh kicks it forward, goes to Patrick McBurty. McBurty has to wait for support, gives it back to Ryan McHugh. Hard challenge comes in from Thompson. McHugh stays on his feet, gives it forward onto the edge of the 13, and Kilcar need to respond in the first half here in the county final. These sides, of course, have met in county deciders previously. They've met in county semi-finals, met in county quarter-finals in the last number of years. Here's Andrew Mclean with a lot of space heading to the 20. Wasn't confident enough to take on the shot. Wants to go to Patrick McBurty, who is confident to take on the shot. McBurty's effort is going to go out to the left and wide, and that will be a 3rd wide of the game for Kilcar. I think it's the first for Patrick McBurty. It stays in the scoreboard, a goal in 3 to 3 in favour of Naomh Conaill.
Yeah, Kilcar needed a score when they're forward there, just to settle themselves down after conceding the goal. You know, I thought Kilcar were going to go with Conor McShane in the full back line because he's physically bigger and stronger, and they made a decision not to go with him. So, you know, caught out there with a high ball. You know, just needed somebody there with a bit of power. We haven't got it from a Kilcar point of view in the full back line, and you know, Naomh Conaill are going to persist with it the way it is, the way they look like they're kicking a lot of high ball in, and they're going to be happy enough to have so many to go wide, and if one sticks and they get a penalty, they're happy enough. It's a big score. Brendan did say before the game the goal was going to be a big score, and a very tight game. It's a big score.
Naomh Conaill carrying possession now across the middle third. as they look to build on this 3-point advantage that they have at the moment. McKelvey just dinks it in lovely to Thompson. He's going to turn on to the left boot. Kieran Thompson, that one's going to drop in front of the goal again. And the umpire has called the 45. It has come off Ryan McHugh in there. And now Mark Dorian is moving forward because he has seen an infringement, is it, of some sort. I'm just watching the referee as to where he's going. No, I thought he had spotted something further in there. No, Mark Dorian's way over just to take his position. In the meantime, we've got a 45 for Naomh Conaill, and it's going to be taken again by Kieran Thompson. Thompson has already scored from a 45 tonight. He's been bang on with a 100% record with all his efforts, Thompson. Here he comes now on the 45, looking to make it a 4-point game. Thompson on the 45, almost dead straight in front of the post. He kicks it high, and Thompson's efforts pulled out to the right and wide. That would be wide number 6 for Naomh Conaill. So it stays 1-3-3. Instead of sending it to the middle, they go short to Kieran McGinley. Mark Dorian has blown for a free, and we're going to have another name in the book. We've already seen Ethan O'Donnell get a yellow card, and there's another yellow card. This time it goes to Eunans Doherty. So O'Donnell and Eunans Doherty both have yellow cards here in this county final. The free's taken. McGinley picks it up, waiting for support with Andrew Mclean. McLean's going to send it out to the left hand side. Popped forward, and it's picked up along the sideline underneath the stand as Kilcar continue to work it through the hand passes. Now they're going to kick it here as far as Mclean. Mclean has a runner off his right shoulder, and it's the cornerback Barry Shovlin. Shovlin now goes to Patrick McBurty. McBurty is going to carry it as far as the 45, going toe to hand. AJ Gallagher is trying to keep pace with him and keep him quiet and keep track of him. He gets round AJ Gallagher. He's coming back infield. McBurty's been challenged by 2 or 3. He steps on to the left foot. That's a good score by Patrick McBurty. And Martin McHugh, it's a timely score for Kilcar as well, as they reduced the deficit to 2.
It's a brilliant score by Patrick McBurty, the way he busts through. I mean, he's showing his physical power. He's coming out here on the right side, and he's showing, like, he's probably the only one Kilcar player who's got that physical power over the opposition out there, so over the Naomh Conaill out there, but he did really well in his big score, and Kilcar needed that score. Mayo have beaten Dublin 17-14. The Dubs are gone.
The Dubs are gone. It's the first time that Brian Fenton's lost a championship game. The All-Ireland champions are gone. Mayo with a stunning comeback, progressing through to the All-Ireland final. Who will they play, Kerry or Tyrone? We have to find out when that game's going to be played before they will know their opposition, but Dublin are gone. That'll make all the headlines tonight and tomorrow morning. But here in Ballybuffet, in the 2020 Donegal Senior Championship final, on the scoreboard it's 1-3-4 in favour of Naomh Conaill, a 2-point advantage. Kilcar in possession, and they're looking to reduce it to a 1-point game. But they're asking a bit much if they're going to deliver passes like that. Luckily, from a Kilcar point of view, it comes off the hand of a Naomh Conaill man and becomes a sideline ball. Kilcar continue to hold on to possession, and now they can work it up the middle, trying to reduce it to a 1-point game. It's sent over the top of that Naomh Conaill defence. Kilcar do well to win it. Down the right hand channel, down in the pocket. Back it comes again now to McGinley, Barry McGinley, who gives it to Patrick McBurty, hugging that 45, turning and twisting. The challenges come in. He's away again, Patrick McBurty, but he has to get in round onto that left boot. They're able to crowd out that side of the Kilcar forward. Back to McGinley again on the 45, and now Andrew Mclean has picked it up. We're into the closing minutes of the first half, and good, clever football.
And Matthew McLean, a very good mark by Andrew's brother, give a good ball into Matthew McLean. You expect Matthew to kick this over the bar. He's very accurate to take it back to a point game.
Matthew McLean is going to take this mark, and Matthew McLean knocks that one over the bar, which brings his total in the 2020 championship to 2 goals and 16 points. And on the scoreboard it's back to a 1-point game, and we are into the closing minutes of the first half of this encounter. There's 27 and a half minutes played. It's picked up in the middle by Kieran Gallagher, who fetched that ball, gives it Owen Wade, and now Naomh Conaill come up this left hand side with Kieran Thompson The man who scored all the points tonight for Naomh Conaill. If they are to win it, he's already a contender for man of the match, that's for sure. Jack McKelvey's carrying it forward, goes to Owen Wade, back to the Kilcar 45 to Leo Mclean, and now it's Ewan Doherty again. Doherty, of course, one of two men on yellow cards. The other is Ethan O'Donnell. He's on the ball now. Into the corner back, Alton Doherty. There's a chance from deep. It's snapped at, and it goes out to the left and wide number 7 for Naomh Conaill. It stays 1-3 to 5. It's a low-scoring county final. They're going to go short with a kick out. The dummy shown by Mark McHugh. Now Andrew Mclean, they're going to sprint away, but Mark Dorian is going to take it back as far as the goalkeeper and ask him to take the kick out again. It's tense and tight stuff here in McCool Park in Ballybuffet. They take the kick out, goes to McGinley, and now Kilcar are going to try and work it from very, very deep in their own half. It's picked up by Ryan McShane, and now carrying forward is Ryan McHugh. Out to Patrick McBurty. There's going to be 2 minutes added on at the end of the game. McBurty carries it down the right-hand channel. Again, AJ Gallagher is trying to stay as tight as he can to the sharpshooter from Kilcar. Back it comes to Ryan McHugh. And once again, everybody from Naomh Conaill, inside their own half. Mark McHugh again, as Kilcar hold possession with Owen McHugh, dancing through the tackles. A push after the ball was let go. The referee said, Mark Dorian said there's no infringement there. Stephen McBurty holds on to the ball in the 45. It's going to come back the way again. Well, there's a Kieran McGinley. Good running by Kieran McGinley inside the 45. Slips back to Mark McHugh, and now Andrew Mclean. Kilcar, of course, chasing down a 1-point deficit. Mclean thought about having a go. He's going to come back in field, gives it to McBurty, and now it comes to Matthew Mclean, who wants another one. And Matthew Mclean has sent this out to the right and wide. That's a 4th wide for Kilcar. Both umpires were having a good long look at each other with that one. Matthew Mclean thought it went over, but I think the umpires were right and it went wide.
Yeah, it was wide. We were right behind it here, Archie. It was wide. Normally you'd be good enough for putting that over the bar, and they're big chances, Kilcar, when they have possession of the ball, because it's hard to get the ball to get a score in that situation.
Foul committed by McBurty on Jack McKelvey, and it's Ethan O'Donnell again now. That's a good tackle, good challenge by Ryan McHugh. He's fouled as well. The referee's played advantage. McBurty linking up with McHugh. Ryan McHugh onto the D in the Naomh Conaill half, turning on to the left foot. Ryan McHugh has knocked this one over the bar, and Kilcar, who trailed by 3 after Kieran Thompson's goal, are now level pegging 6 points to 1-3 into the closing stage of the first half.
I was just going to say to you, we haven't heard a lot of, Ryan McHugh or Lee McClune or players like that you haven't said a lot about. That's the way the game is, but good turnover by Kilcar. We talked about turnover by Kilcar. Kilcar have had more possession than Naomh Conaill, because we look at it, and I think it was Brendan Devaney said before the game that Naomh Conaill are going to struggle a bit up front because they don't have the Brick Malloys, the Brendan McDyers, the players that can get scores for them on the field. They have a good, and the one tactic was kicking in high ball. So look at Kilcar conceded the penalty, but you would have to think that looking at half time that Kilcar will be happy enough. It's a cagey match, it's always going to be cagey. There's 1-3 to 6 points in perfect condition here in Ballybuffet.
The scoreboard's a bit better looking now than it was 10 minutes ago. And Mark Dorian has the ball back in play. The second half has started, and it's Thompson that wins the first of the exchanges, and he wins a free as well in the middle of the park. He sends it out to the left hand side, just taking a look around to see if there's any changes. Don't think any of the two teams have met any for the second half. Naomh Conaill playing into the River Finn end of the ground for the latter period in this game. Thompson picks it up, and now he gives it off to Alton Doherty. Doherty out to the right has Leo Mclean available. Leo Mclean sends it back into the middle, and Jack McKelvey, despite wearing number 13, is playing more like a centre half back. Jack McKelvey will spread it down the left hand side to Ethan O'Donnell. Ethan O'Donnell pops that one forward. Naomh Conaill have it with Charles McGuinness, who turns with a left peg and it spins off the boot. And Charles McGuinness, who had a very impressive year last year, of course, scoring 319, has yet to register a score in this final. It's an 8th wide of the game for Naomh Conaill. Martin McHugh, it stays 6-1-3.
They're trying to get the ball through to Charles McGinnis coming out off Pádraig Carr to put the ball in his hands, and they're putting a lot of pressure on this Kilcar kick out this time, but Kilcar have got it away again. But that's the tactic they seem to be using. Naomh Conaill, it's just laboured build up, and that time they didn't put in a high ball, they tried to put it in a fisted ball, so they might have changed a wee bit to try to fist the ball maybe into the full forward line.
Here come Kilcar now with Ryan McHugh coming up the middle of the park. He's thought about sending it in long, wanting to see with the movement of the forwards. The Mcleans are up there. Also up there's Patrick McBurty. Owen McHugh slips in the middle. He's going to be met by 2 or 3 Naomh Conaill men. He manages to get the ball away, and Stephen McBurty has it now for the boys from Townie. Back to Mark McHugh. McHugh gives it off to Andrew Mclean. Andrew Mclean working it up at the left-hand channel, just underneath the terrace, as Kilcar play into the town end of the ground in the second half. Stephen McBurty is going to pop it back now to McGinley. McGinley is going to feed Kieran McGinley. Sent over the top. Kilcar continue to hold on to possession, working it up the right-hand side underneath the stand in the second half. Patrick McBurty has been pulled back by AJ Gallagher, and this is a free one by Patrick McBurty that he will take himself. And now the referee's going to pull it forward because somebody said something to Mark Dorian, and they've just made it an easier task for Patrick McBurty.
And I think AJ maybe should have kept quiet there, AJ, because it looked like to me he fouled him and everything else. It does make it an easy knockover. Kilcar need to get the ball to Patrick McBurty because he has the beating him, and I'll tell you what they're doing. And maybe people are saying it, watch his right foot, left foot, watch his left foot, left foot. Fair play to Patrick McBurty. He's actually turning a lot onto his right foot tonight, and he's getting space on that side because everybody expects him to keep going on his left foot. And this is a chance for Patrick McBurty.
Yeah, Patrick McBurty got a couple in the first half. He's looking to open the account in the second for Kilcar. McBurty sends it high, and the blue and yellow flags below us are high in the sky, and Kilcar, who were trailing after that penalty by Kieran Thompson by 3 points, have hit the last 4 scores and move 1 in front.
Yeah, great kick by Patrick McBurty. He did really well. I know the free was taken in, made easy from, but they've got 4 scores in a row. Kilcar and Naomh Conaill have had a lot of possession, but they're going to have to maybe try to get other players on the ball and change exactly what they're doing, because as a high ball, maybe they'll get another high ball and get a score of it, but Kilcar will be happy after being looked bad after the penalty, but they've got now a point ahead, Oisin.
And Naomh Conaill just linking up along the middle, and there's the cornerback Kevin McGettigan again looking to pluck a hole in this Kilcar defence. The white shirt of Liam McClune has it. Comes to McGettigan once again. McGettigan's been patient, thought about sending Jack McKelvey with the ball over the top. Instead, Owen Wade's going to carry it back in field once again for the defending champions. It's Ethan O'Donnell again. Now it's popped forward to Kevin McGettigan, who's got a bit of space. He can run at the Kilcar defence onto the 20, trying to get turned. Has to wait till one of the forwards comes out. Thompson is the forward that comes out. But that is brilliantly blocked down on that occasion, but they managed to get it back again, and it's in the hands of Thompson. Now to Leo McClune after that tremendous block. Kilcar thought they were away with it, but they handed it back to Naomh Conaill, and now Naomh Conaill can look to build another attack. Bar Patrick McBurty, everybody else for Kilcar is inside their own 45. Ethan O'Donnell is going to run inside that Kilcar 45, trying to carve an opening, trying to find a bit of space. Thompson from 46 out on the left sends it in high. Danger again for Kilcar. There's a hand there, goes over the bar. It's a point for Kilcar. And if that was a bit lower from Charles McGinnis, it was going to cause problems for the Kilcar goalkeeper Kevin Campbell. Would you see that as a let-off, Martin McHugh?
Yeah, that's a bit of a let-off, all right, but they're going to put the high ball in. Naomh Conaill in there, but great block by Owen McHugh's. Kieran Thompson lining up the left foot, and Kilcar players thought that Andy Thompson actually touched the ball on the ground. The referee was very close to it, and he said no. So it's all aboard again. It's going to be cagey stuff. Oisin, end-to-end.
Naomh Conaill 1-4. Kilcar 7 points. We are tied here with 5 minutes played of the second half in the 2020 Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Donegal Senior Championship Final. It's with Mark McHugh now. McHugh again sizing it up, waiting to see what's ahead of him, and with Naomh Conaill having 15 men inside their own half, he's going to have to go back to Andrew Mclean. He's going to run now at Charles McGinnis. McLean's continued his run over the 45, support out to the right. Patrick McBurty back to Andrew Mclean. This is good work by Donegal. Here comes Andrew Mclean, steps onto the right and he kicks it high, and Andrew Mclean has put it wide. A missed chance for Kilcar to go back in front.
That's a big chance by Andrew Mclean. Again, he's the player that's been let loose. Kilcar need to get more ball to him. He should have knocked that ball. It's an easy chance. He normally would knock them over the bar, but again, Paddy McBurty involved in the ball.
And that's a fifth wide of the game for Kilcar, who could have found themselves in front by a point, but now it's turned, and it's Naomh Conaill turn with Thompson to work it up the field to try and hit the front once again. But Ryan McHugh's judged to have fouled. He's disappointed with that challenge, but it's going to be a free to Naomh Conaill. It's just on the edge of the 45, and we have seen Kieran Thompson score from a 45 tonight already. It's just shy of 50 metres out. It'll be interesting to see if the Naomh Conaill captain is going to have a go at this. He's got the ball in his arm. He's telling Jack McKelvey to get back.
So he's going to put it in high on top of the full back line. He's going to go on top of the Kilcar full back line, and no, he's kicking it back down the field. A lot of frees in Donegal football be kicked back the field.
McKelvey goes to Ethan O'Donnell. We have played 7 minutes of the second half. It's still level, 7 points to 1-4. If we go back to the 2017 final, Kilcar had 7 points. Naomh Conaill had 4 on that occasion. Here's a chance for Naomh Conaill again on the edge of the D. And that one's kicked in, and the white flag is raised, and that is a score for Naomh Conaill. And it's one which has put them in front as they lead here 1-5-7. It's an 8-7 game.
This is scored by Kevin McGettigan that got up the field. He was on the ball earlier on. He got up the field there and he kicked a brilliant score there. Naomh Conaill making a substitution. Yeah,
he doesn't score too many, Kevin McGettigan. Believe it or not, in the 2020 championship, that's his first point. He scored a goal in the match against Termon last year, and it's his first point in the championship. There's a change being made as well, Brendan Kilcoyne, on the Naomh Conaill side.
I apologise, Ashton. I didn't see. I was marking this. I didn't see who came on or who went off.
I think it's Kieran Brennan that definitely has gone off.
So Naomh Conaill are leading here by a point, 1-5-7, and they've got possession once again. And they come with that man that scored the last point, Kevin McGettigan, who got up the field. Back it goes now to Ewan Doherty. Kilcar just can't seem to get a hold of the ball at the moment. Charging forward is Ethan O'Donnell. 2 challenges, slips go to ground. Mark Dorian says there was a hand on the back, and it's going to be another free to Naomh Conaill, and this would put them 2 points in front. It's from a very, very scoreable position. And it's going to be Charles McGuinness that's going to take it.
Yeah, well, kickouts are very important, and Kilcar have got to give away a couple of kickouts the first half, and there again, kickout and way Oran Dugan went across to one and didn't win it, and the ball went past him, and Naomh Conaill got possession of the ball. Is very important, and there goes Charles McGuinness.
McGuinness looking for a second of the game. He's lumped it high, and he's lumped it out to the right and wide. He'll be disappointed with that, Mark McHugh.
I can't understand why I would have let Kieran Thompson, if I was a Naomh Conaill man, I would have management, I would have said, Kieran Thompson, you're on your game, you're kicking good scores. I'd have let him kick that.
So it stays at a 1-point advantage in favour of Naomh Conaill. And this kick out goes as far as Mclean, and Naomh Conaill are pressing way up the field, and defensively Kilcar need to be very, very careful here. So they do. Coming across the face of their own goal with Ryan McHugh, who manages to get it away. Back to Ryan McHugh once again. He's going to be met by 2 men from Naomh Conaill. Back to Mark McHugh, the brothers linking up. Kilcar can't get out of their own, inside their own 45 at the moment. But now they can. Coming down this right-hand side, and it's with Porrick Carr. Back to Stephen McBurty. McBurty trying to get around the challenge of Ulton Doherty. He played almost 10 minutes of the second half. Naomh Conaill leading 1-5-7. McBurty has been fouled. Naomh Conaill players, including Kieran Thompson, is not happy about that, but it's going to be a free to Kilcar just inside the Naomh Conaill half.
Yeah, I think, you know, looking at times the referee wouldn't have given that free in that situation there, but Stephen McBurty's coming deep to get on ball, and it's very difficult. His possession of the ball is very, very important, and to work the ball. Foul on Patrick McBurty by A.G. Gallagher. Ryan McHugh was just going to kick the ball in, maybe held on to it long enough to the referee, looked round, and it's an easy tap over for the equalising score. And pretty good refereeing just to see it off the ball. A.G. just had his hands. I just happened to catch it with my eye, his hands on Patrick McBurty.
Mark Dorian blown for the free. Patrick McBurty so far in this game has kicked 4 points for Kilcar. He's looking to make it 5, and very slightly off to the right into the town end of the ground. Here comes Patrick McBurty with another on county final night, straight over the black spot. And we are level once again, 8 points apiece. 1-5 Naomh Conaill, 8 points to Kilcar, 11 minutes on the clock in the second half. Let's bring in former winner with St Eunans as a player and a manager, Brendan Kilcoyne. It's point per point here. It's very, very, very tense and tight.
It is very tense and tight, and the game has been played in that manner, very tense and tight out there. There's a lot of aggression on the field, so there is from both sides, and they're contesting every ball, so they are, and scores are going to be hard to come by. I suppose you think back to Andrew Mclean's shot that he should have put over the bar there, that would have had Kilcar a point at this stage. But listen, it's all to play for. It's looking like this could even go on to extra time, so it is, because there's so little between the teams. Neither team appears to be able to pull away, and it seems to be just going point for point up and down the field.
Brendan McDare's the players come on from Naomh Conaill. He caught that ball well. I know his mum was in hospital. He caught a great ball, rose in the middle of the field there.
And it's Naomh Conaill that's on the attack, coming down the right hand side. McGettigan wants another one. Kevin McGettigan just swings at it. It's going to stay in play and come off the uprights. And again, Kilcar have to be very careful in trying to get the ball out of the defence, because the press is on from the men from Glenties. They've got a bit of room here now. Well, one of the McHughes, it's Ryan McHugh who carries the ball forward up to the middle third, looking for Patrick McBurty. It's going to be sent down the left hand side. McBurty gets the run on AJ Gallagher, but there's nobody in front of the Naomh Conaill goals. McBurty tried to keep it in play. It stays at 8 points apiece, and there's a foul committed there as they go to the referee, Mark Dorian.
They're looking for Matthew Mclean pulled down the player coming out. I think Kevin McGettigan was coming out of the ball, and they're telling that the Conaill players feel it should have been a black card. I just think he's going to give a yellow card here.
2 yellows so far tonight, Ewan Doherty and Ethan O'Donnell, and now the first for Kilcar, and it's Matthew Mclean that gets a yellow. Naomh Conaill again can come up. Well, they're going to go back in field, and they're going to give it off to Jack McKelvey. McKelvey now goes to Leo McClune. Leo McClune working the ball over the opposite side from where we are, back into the middle to Ethan O'Donnell. Ethan O'Donnell now coming down the centre. Ethan O'Donnell across the 40. That's a great run by Ethan O'Donnell. Super run by Ethan O'Donnell. He's run into the tackle. The referee says no foul. Kilcar got it back. There just wasn't enough room for Ethan O'Donnell to have a go, and he charged into 2 Kilcar men in the age of the 20. Maybe he was looking for the free, but it didn't work out, and now Kilcar can take it up the left-hand channel. It's fisted forward by Ryan McShane into the path of Conor Doherty. 2 of the young men of Towney linking up, but they have to go back. They have to wait for support. Matthew Mclean and now Porrick-Carr, and having worked it up to the age that Naomh Conaill have, Kilcar have it back inside their own D.
It's all about possession, and you have to keep possession of the ball. Whether you go back or go forward is important to keep it. So every score is very hard work and hard to win, and that's why you have a lot of frees, and refereeing decisions is going to make a big difference. Porrick-Carr's been turned over there.
Half time, it was 1-3-6. The scoreboard now with 14 minutes played in the second half. 8 points Kilcar, 1-5 to Naomh Conaill. We are still level here in this Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Donegal Senior Championship final for 2020. 11 months on from its original date, called off due to the pandemic. But tonight, whoever wins will have the shortest reign of the champions in the history of Donegal GAA, because on the weekend of the 10th to the 11th of September we're scheduled to start the 2021 championship. But tonight it's about Naomh Conaill and Kilcar, and there's nothing separating these two sides at the moment as we hit the 15-minute mark.
Football's very funny. I say Kerry are planning all year since last year to play Dublin, and now they end up Dublin are beaten. So that's football. You never know on a day what can happen.
And you never know, this year these two sides could meet in the final later on again for the 2021 decider. Here's a chance for Naomh Conaill to go back in front. It's in front of the Kilcar goals. It's going to go out for a wide, but the keeper for Kilcar, Kevin Campbell, was living dangerously there. If the connection was a bit better, it could have been in the back of the net once again in the Kilcar net. But there's going to be a change made. Oran Doherty's gone off, and coming into the game,
Ryan O'Donnell.
Ryan O'Donnell.
Yeah, good young footballer. He's been playing really well this year for Kilcar, Ryan O'Donnell. So taking Oran Dugan off, and they've put in Ryan O'Donnell in his place.
We're still 8 each here, so we are in this final, and it's with Andrew Mclean and Stephen McBurty, and now to Matthew Mclean. It's going to come back to Mark McHugh. Mark McHugh goes round Charge McGuinness. gives it to Andrew Mclean. Mclean coming across the 45 in the Naomh Conaill half, but the options ahead of him aren't there. So with Owen McHugh now, McHugh's going to come running down the centre. He feels he can get around McDyer and Gallagher. The car still have it with McBurty. Not enough room to turn and get on to the left peg. Kieran McGinley's picked it up now. McGinley's going to send it across the 45 and into the path of Matthew Mclean. Mclean again carrying it forward, pops it over the top. Eoin O'Donnell gets his first touch. 2, 3 Naomh Conaill men around him. Back it comes to Andrew Mclean and then to Mark McHugh. Mark McHugh spreads it to the left. McHugh takes the return. It's very crowded in there. Mark McHugh's just going to have to work it back the way because there's not too many options and not too many openings. The cornerback is Barry Shovlin, and he has it now on the edge of the Kilcar half, and they're going to go down the right hand side. As Kilcar carry the ball forward with McGinley. Kilcar holding on to possession in front of the dugout in the stand. Patrick McBurty's back around the middle now. McBurty's going to come to this near side underneath the terrace where young Ryan O'Donnell gets a second touch. O'Donnell gives it to Andrew Mclean. Mclean shows the dummy, coming back in field, goes to Mark McHugh. Mclean takes the return. Now Ryan McHugh has it. And Kilcar have to be very, very patient because Naomh Conaill again have about 50 metres out from their own post.
I wonder neutrals that are watching this game or listeners what they'll think of it in other counties.
And that's a wasted ball by Kilcar that goes out over the sideline, and they've given it back now to Naomh Conaill. We're going to have the water break probably, yeah. The referee, Mark Doran, is blown for the water break, and it's going to give us a chance to bring Brendan Kilcoyne in. Before we get your thoughts, Brendan, we'll go to our stats man, the new stats man for us in the Highland Radio, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, the new stats man is right. Well, we see it here. We'll go through it quickly. Naomh Conaill's kickouts, we look at it, they've only lost 2, Naomh Conaill. Kilcar have lost 4 kickouts, and that's just them 2 kickouts. Turnovers 8 to Naomh Conaill, 7 to Kilcar. Scoreable frees 3 Naomh Conaill, 2 to Kilcar, so it's very close. So we see it 1-5 to 8 to 6 points to score, still tight. 24 attacks, Naomh Conaill 22, 21 shots to 16. So Naomh Conaill have more shots than Kilcar. Shots from play 17, got 4 scores, which is only 24%. They've got Kilcar have got 13 shots, which is 40%. They've done some bit better from Kilcar there. Shots from frees. And Naomh Conaill have got 2 shots from 2 frees, got 1 point. Kilcar have got 2 frees and got two scores. Now they're giving them 150%. Patty McBurty for them 2 points. He got free. So we look at, you can see it yourself there, the kickouts. Naomh Conaill definitely still going longer. Kilcar, if you look at the kickouts, 4 and 2 is 6 and 3 is 9 going into the full back line, and 1 then right outside of 10. So we look at it from Naomh Conaill's point of view. They definitely have only 4 going into the full back line, and they've gone longer with their kickouts also.
Okay, many thanks to Martin McHugh, the stat man. Okay, Brendan Kilcoyne. Listen, there's nothing separate these sides. It hasn't been the prettiest of football, to say the least. As we go to the final quarter of normal time, what do you make of it?
Yeah, listen, Naomh Conaill are getting a lot of joy down this wing here of the Kilcar defence. We saw Kevin McGettigan come up and kick a score from this side and then hit the upright with another one, and they've kind of had a few attacks up this side here. From a Kilcar point of view, they're getting good possession, so they are, but they're being a bit over hesitant, a bit over careful, and someone is going to have to take a chance to try and make the incision inside that Naomh Conaill defence, because, you know, Naomh Conaill are so happy and comfortable in their position, in their defensive position, that they will just wait until they break them down and get a turnover and come up the field. Naomh Conaill are pressing Kilcar very high, and all it takes is one mistake down there by the Kilcar defence and they could be in trouble.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. So plays back again.
Alton Doherty's taken off, and Seamus Coughlin's on for Naomh Conaill.
Okay, so Naomh Conaill have made a substitution, and it's Naomh Conaill who have possession at the moment as they try and find a way through once again. And it's Seamus Corcoran who gets his first touch for Naomh Conaill. Back now to Ewan Doherty. Ewan Doherty carries it forward as far as the 45 in the Kilcar half. Here's another run from Ethan O'Donnell. This time he's tripped up by the Kilcar cornerback, and it's going to be a free to Naomh Conaill, dead straight in front of the post. And we would expect Kieran Thompson to come over and take this one after Charles McGuinness missed the previous one. Ethan O'Donnell's going to get a bit of treatment, but Kilgar have presented another scoring opportunity, Martin, to the defending champions.
The yellow card for Barry McGinley. The last time he just kicked that ball from play out over the sideline, and then Ethan O'Donnell's causing Kilcar trouble when he's carrying the ball at them. He's a one Naomh Conaill player who, when they get him on the ball, he's using his pace to go right down the centre, and he's really causing problems as Ethan O'Donnell. He's having a good match out there.
Yeah, Kieran Thompson got all the scores in the first half for Naomh Conaill. He hasn't scored in the second half. He's looking to bring his total to 1-4. And Naomh Conaill on the scoreboard moved to 1-6. Here comes Thompson. Dead straight, it's between the 45 and the edge of the D. It's kicked high, and Thompson has knocked that one over the bar. Again, he continues with his fine scoring form. He's got 1-4. Conaill will go a point ahead, 1-6. Kilcar 8 points.
The minute the free was given, by the way, another Kilcar substitution coming on here. But the minute the free was given, Andy Thompson went to Kieran Thompson and says, "Kieran, you're gonna take this kick." And the good decision made by Andy Thompson. Cormac Cannon, I think, has come on for Kilcar.
Yeah, Cormac Cannon is in for
Barry McGinley, the man with the book there, has been taken off.
Yeah, so a change been made by John McNulty. And on the clock we've got 20 minutes. So Kilcar again have to come from behind. Mark McHugh back on his own 20. Now it's picked up by Andrew Mclean again, playing very, very deep. And Stephen McBurdy. Players, of course, the way the systems are now, you can find them in their own 20. 1 minute and 90 seconds later, they're up in the opposition's 20. Cormac Cannon gets his first touch of the ball here in this county final. It's a big day for the young man. Andrew McLean's going to pick it up in the middle third. Charles McGuinness comes in with a challenge. And Kilcar continue with the short hand passing game. Stephen McBurdy links up with Mark McHugh. Now Kieran McGinley comes as far as the 45, showing the dummies, getting a bit of space. Kieran McGinley runs into a couple of blue shirts. Kieran McGinley's rolling right button. I'll tell you what, that's a super score. That's a top drawer score by Kieran McGinley, Mark McHugh.
Yeah, brilliant. And I mean, Brendan said it exactly. Kilcar's going to have to run straight at them, and Kieran McGinley did that. Brilliant build up by Kilcar. Andrew McLean involved a lot in the ball. It's end-to-end stuff, 1 point. It's not for the people that want to see pure football. This is the way it's played. It's cagey. It's very tough.
It's all level, 9 points to 1-6. This is Owen Wade now with possession. Anthony Thompson, veteran Naomh. Conaill linking up with several winners' medals, of course, between them two boys. Sent now down the left-hand side to Kevin McGettigan, who scored a point in this county final tonight. Flicked forward to Jack McKelvey. McKelvey now holding on to possession. Back it comes as Naomh Conaill now look to once again try and find an opening and create an opening that would result in a score that would put them in front once again. Here come Naomh Conaill with Kieran Thompson. Thompson working it along the middle. Over it goes on this occasion to Eunans Doherty. He's got tons of space. Doherty fists it forward. Here's a chance of Naomh Conaill going in front again, but that effort goes out to the left.
Kevin McGettigan, I think he kicked the point early on. He thought he was going to have a go again, but look at their players going down with cramp even out there. So Andrew McLean going down with cramp. There's another Kilcar player actually down with cramp as well. So it's cagey. It's going to go down to the wire. You feel it's going to be telling. That's Matthew McLean now. That's down with cramp as well. Right down. The referee's going in to see is he okay, but. And Anthony Thompson just pushing up on him. So possession is very important. Here comes Brick Malloy, I think, coming on. You know, and that's going to be Naomh Conaill will try to get the ball to him on the loop, and they're taking off Kieran Gallagher.
Kieran Gallagher has gone off as the brick comes on. Martin McHugh is the brick, the type of player can win you a county medal.
Yeah, the brick can kick points if they get the ball to him. You know, as I say, on the loop round, what he likes doing, he could kick points. Great catch by Patrick McBurty in the middle of the field.
Mark McHugh has to knock it back to McBurty. McBurty's going to send it into the middle. We are level here, 9 points to 1-6. And Kilcar just losing their footing. McHugh losing his footing, and the ball has been presented back to Naomh Conaill, and here they come up the left-hand side with Owen Doherty. But again, they have to wait for players to get forward, because as we know, they commit so many players defensively when the opposition are attacking. Jack McKelvey has it, gives it off now to Corcoran. Corcoran is going to go to, well, I thought he was going to go to Wade. He gives it to the brick. The brick gets his first taste of the action here tonight. Back to Corcoran once again, and now Jack McKelvey, and it's picked up by Owen Wade. Owen Wade sends it to the middle, and it's one of the Dohertys, Eunans Doherty and Ethan O'Donnell. Is Ethan O'Donnell going to run at this Kilcar defence like we've seen him do already? Here's a chance now from Thompson. slices that. It's going to drop in front off the Kilcar goals. Guinness has it. It's going to end up in the back of the net, and it's a goal for Kilcar, or for Naomh Conaill, excuse me. And watching the referee, the green flag's raised. There's nothing wrong with it. Kieran McGinley, is that the referee?
Kevin McGettigan finished the ball to the net. The ball broke down inside. Kilcar not happy, saying it was a they feel it was a square ball, but it wasn't a square ball because then when the ball's kicked, and that's a big score for, again, they got the goal at the right time, and Kilcar have to come back now.
And it came from a high ball, Martin.
Anthony Thompson looked like to me he was going for a point, came down, and Kilcar struggled with it. The Kilcar keeper kind of came off his line, and they didn't win it, and it was well won. I think it's Charles McGuinness that got it, turned and took the shot. And the shot was blocked inside, broke to him, and that man Kevin McGill again, corner back. He's now scored. He was following Matthew Mclean down the field. Kilcar have taken off, and he's now scored a goal and a point. And a very tight game. A goal and a point is big scores.
Yeah, we've got 26 minutes played of the second half. We're into the closing minutes, and Charles McGuinness hasn't done much on the scoring tonight. But if we look at his performance on county final night, he's been involved in both of the goals, Martin McHugh.
Yeah, he's been involved in the 2 goals, and that makes that's a big difference. Now can Kilcar come back again? It's a big one for Kilcar. Conceding the goals is always going to be, and as you said, Charles McGuinness, it's that type of game. A player we didn't talk about maybe before, and Kevin McGettigan ends up getting a goal and a point, and had another chance for another point from cornerback. But at the high ball end has caused Kilcar trouble. And I said before, I think they should have played Conor McShane for that physical power of Kilcar. They didn't make that decision. Can they come back again? They haven't much time.
They've only got a number of minutes to try and get back into this. They did, of course, come from 3 down in the first half, but they had loads of time to crawl back that deficit and level it up at the break. But they're going to have to do it late in the game here. They're charging forward. McBurdy, and he's won a free inside. Patrick McBurdy powering through the Naomh Conaill defence, and they'll be able to bring it back.
He's had a big game. You talk about man of the matches, Kieran Thompson. You have to chat about Kevin McGettigan. You chat about Ethan O'Donnell, and and the man on the Kilcar team. You have to say is Patrick McBurdy. He's had a big game for Kilcar tonight. He's really taken the fight single-handedly, particularly in the forward line. He's taken the fight on his own, and he caught a fabulous ball there in the middle of the field as well.
We'll bring in Brendan Kilcoyne. Brendan, are Naomh Conaill showing the mantle of being champions here tonight in these closing stages?
Yeah, they certainly are. They haven't been overly impressive, but they've done the Naomh Conaill thing where they've grinded it out and they've got a couple of goals that has put them 3 points ahead. I suppose the lack of ambition at stages in the second half from Kilcar, I think, is going to come back to bite them, because they had plenty of possession early on, and they were just playing it over and back without any man putting the head down and going at them, kind of thing. And we saw Kieran McGinley when he did it. He was successful on that occasion. Patrick McBurdy ran at them and won a free. They still have time to get a couple of scores, but it's going to be really difficult, so it is.
The next score is important. Can Kilcar get back to a point?
Okay, they trail by 2 because Patrick McBurdy, I'm sure as you heard, knocked that one over, and now there's a tug down on a Kilcar player, and it's a free to Kilcar, and they're digging deep here. So they are, the men from Tony. Andrew McLean's looking for Ryan McHugh. McHugh goes on ahead of Owen Wade, and there's a challenge there by Wade on Ryan McHugh, and the referee's got the card out, the book out rather, and there's going to be another card here. It's going to be for Owen Wade for that challenge. It's a black card because he came in, the referee sent sweeping with the foot. He went to block it with the foot, and now Owen Wade's been sent to the line, and Naomh Conaill are down to 14.
I think that's a harsh decision. We were right underneath it here. The ball looked like Ryan McHugh missed the ball, and then it looked like he got it. Owen Wade was trying to get to the ball, and he didn't get there. And next time Ryan McHugh just got his foot to it, and he just caught him as he went past. I think it's a hard. I didn't expect the referee in the game to give any black cards, and he didn't look like he was going to give them. Here goes Mark McHugh with the kick. Yeah,
Mark McHugh with the kick. He's kicked it high. This one looks good, so it goes from where we are. We've got a 1-point game here in McCool Park in Ballybuffet. It's grandstand stuff in the championship. Naomh Conaill got the goal to go 3 in front. The last 2 scores from McBurdy and McHugh means it's a 1-point game, and we're into the last minute of this tie. There's a real championship feel about McCool Park now, with the 500 spectators are in to watch this one. This kick out is hugely important. McGrath sends it down the middle. The break is there, and again there's a tug on a Kilcar player, and it's going to be a free to Kilcar, who want to get on with it quickly.
The last 2 frees, he give them from the other side of the field. I don't know how he's seen them, to tell you the truth. Now, I'm happy enough as a Kilcar man when he give them, but I'd say Naomh Conaill players, and Charles McGuinness is lying down on the ground after Kilcar won on that ball.
Yeah, this one's not over yet, so it's not another challenge on Ryan McHugh, and this time it's Eunans Doherty who comes in from the side, and the book is out again. I see Mark Dorring's just going to take note of it, and Patrick McBurty.
Yes, he's looked at, will he kick, is he going to go short with this, or will he kick it with the outside of his left foot?
McBurty's going to take this free, he's going to go short, he's going to man free down the right hand channel. Owen McHugh. Step back inside, gives it to McBurty, room for McBurty on the left, kicks it high. Patrick McBurty's efforts is going to go out to the right and wide. It stays at a 1 point advantage in the closing stages of this county final in favour of Naomh Conaill. 2-6 to 11 points. It's a 12-11 game, and we're about to hit additional time. There will be 4 minutes of additional time at the end of this one. There's still time for Kilcar.
Remember, Naomh Conaill are down to 14 men, so Kilcar really pushing hard on the kick out.
The kick towards the middle. Naomh Conaill looking to win this. Up goes Thompson. Thompson drops it, but he comes away with it. It's blocked down by Kilcar. The ball breaks. Kilcar have picked it up. Kieran McGinley's back there to sweep it up. Gives it to Mark McHugh. Challenge comes in on McHugh. He's fouled, and it's going to be a free. Looking to get on with it quickly. Ryan McHugh has it. But they're going to have to go back to their own D, to the goalkeeper. And also back there is Barry Shovlin. And now Mark McHugh has it. It's edge of the seat stuff here in Championship Saturday nights.
There goes McBurty.
And McCool Park and Ballybuffet. McBurty has it. He's going to run at the defence of Naomh Conaill again.
He's given a free in.
McBurty's won a free. McBurty's had a stormer. And McBurty's got the opportunity to level up this game.
There's a lot of referees would blow that for over carry, and I was saying, there's a lot of people in bars in Kilcar listening to us here with Patrick McBurty. Look at what you do is, if you're a Kilcar player, get the ball to Patrick McBurty, and brilliant play by Kieran Thompson. He did really well. He won a great ball. He tried to lay it off, and in fairness, I think it was Andrew Mclean got a brilliant hand in to knock the ball away. If Naomh Conaill had to keep that ball, you feel they would have closed out the game. Now we're looking at what did we talk about beforehand? If Patrick McBurty kicks this ball, extra time, maybe Oisin.
Brendan Kilcoyne, it's edge of the seat stuff.
It is indeed, Jan. It's been a brilliant, brave effort from Kilcar to get back into the game after the concession of the goal. And again, it comes from running hard at the Naomh Conaill defence and drawing frees. They've drawn 3 frees. Mark McHugh put one over, and Patrick will probably put this one over to make it 2 frees in the last couple of minutes for him. So a brilliant response from Kilcar, and they deserve extra time the way they've reacted, so they do.
Patrick McBurty, this is a huge kick from Patrick McBurty. He has had a big influence in this game tonight for Kilcar. McBurty on the left peg, McBurty sticks it between the posts, and we are level. 12 points Kilcar, 2-6 to Naomh Conaill. We've got 30 odd minutes played with a couple of minutes left to go of additional time.
Shane's coming on. Andrew Mclean, who's had a brilliant game for Kilcar as well. We talked about Paddy McBurty, has gone off. Basically, I think it's his hamstring or a cramp he's picked up. So must remember, Owen Wade got the black card. There was a big call at him because Mark McHugh kicked the free over the bar. Naomh Conaill, in fairness to them, have got away the short kick out. Big possession to have.
Huge possession to have. Is there enough now in the defending champions down a man to work it up the field and try and get a score that will retain the Dr. Maguire Cup in the parish of Naomh Conaill, in the parish of Glenties? It's with Owen Doherty. He's got 2 or 3 white shirts off to his left. Ethan O'Donnell is one of them. Naomh Conall's going to knock it back to AJ Gallagher, and there is the full-time whistle. Bang on, 34 minutes, and that's not including the water break, but the referee is blowing full-time. And we've got extra time, Martin McHugh.
I told you before the game, and that's what I exactly said when you asked me how to go.
We're about to get the first period of extra time underway. The ball is back in play. Mark Dorian's throwing it in, and the first of the tussles in extra time is going to be won by Kilcar, and Mark McHugh comes away with it. He flicks it back into Cormac Cannon. Of course, Andrew Mclean has gone off, we understand, injured with a hamstring injury. Fullback Porrick Carr for Kilcar to Patrick McBurty, who's out around the middle. Mark McHugh has it once again, and Kilcar are going to knock it down the left-hand side with McHugh, and it's back to Ryan McHugh now. Kilcar being patient. Again, Naomh Conaill have 15 men inside their own half, or 14 men inside their own half. Conor McShane to Stephen McBurty. And back again on this occasion to Mark McHugh, and Conor McShane has it once again. In the opening minute of extra time, Naomh Conaill keeping Kilcar right around the middle third as it comes to Barry Shovlin. Shovlin carries it into the Naomh Conaill half, coming down the right hand side. Shovlin continues to hold on to it, gives it to McBurty. Room for McBurty on the left, inside the 45, but he's going to kick it out to the left and wide. Can't find the target, can't find the range, can't build on his 7 points so far in this game. It remains 12 points to 2-6.
The 6 points that Kilcar got in the second half, just chatting to the stats man there, 5 of them were from frees that Kilcar got, so it'll be a wee bit. I think Kieran McGinley was the only point from play they got in the second half. Now, Naomh Conaill are down a man, so they're happy enough that if Kilcar hold on to possession, it was 5 minutes from the throw, and that Owen Wade will be able to come back on the field.
Conor McShane gets a hand in it. Kilcar have it. There's a push in the back end there, so there is. It's going to be a free. Owen McHugh wanting a free after a push in the back. And Ryan McHugh takes it and goes to Conor Doherty. Conor Doherty now with a bit of room. It's going to be tentative stuff, so it is an extra time, just like what it was in normal time. It's about being patient and trying to pick the holes and find the gaps and get the scores, which at times have been limited. The 2-star men for either side so far. Patrick McBurty's kicked 7, and Kieran Thompson has scored 1-4, 1-3, of course, came in the first half from the Naomh Conaill captain. But it's Kilcar who've had the bulk of the possession in these opening couple of minutes of extra time. Kieran McGinley has it. Back it comes now to Patrick McBurty in a deeper role. He wants to run at this Naomh Conaill defence. He's been challenged. He's able to get the ball away to Kieran McGinley. McGinley charging forward, turns on to the right, and Kieran McGinley's effort goes out to the right and wide. Back-to-back wides for Kilcar in the game that has been so tight and so close. Mark McHugh, you need to be better in front of the post.
Yeah, as I think Brendan said, Jason Campbell has come on as well, and now Kieran McGinley has gone down with cramp as well after that run. So, that's what the fear I had from Kilcar's point of view, that probably they were the one team that didn't want it to go to extra time. They've already lost a couple of players.
The kick out's going to come to this near side, where it's going to be picked up by Keelan McGill, wearing 21 for Naomh Conaill. As they carry it forward now into the half of the Townie men. Loads of room here. Onto the 45 as Jack McKelvey was doing all the carrying on that occasion. The Brick Malloy has picked it up. Now they're going to go back the way to Brendan McDyer, and then they're going to build it from the middle of the park. But again, Kilcar have everybody bar McBurty, is it, defending and trying to keep the defending champions out. Again, it's Keelan McGill for Naomh Conaill. Goes to Kevin McGettigan, who had a good second half. He scored a goal and a point for his side. It's the most he scored in a game in the 2020 championship for Naomh Conaill. Here's a boot from distance. This is Kieran Thompson. Thompson's effort is going to go over the bar. I'll tell you what, that's a contender for score of the match. Mark McHugh. Kieran Thompson goes to 1-5. Naomh Conaill go to 2-7. The age of point in front with a top drawer score.
Yeah, well, an extra time, every point is very, very important. And that's the quality of the man. See, he'd get it onto that left foot, and right away when he got it onto the left foot, the difference is made. And Owen Wade's coming back into the game now. The referee's just summing out something. I just see that Kieran Gallagher's come back into the game as well, and it seems like in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Kieran Gallagher's back in.
I think it's number 11. Owen Doherty's been taken off.
So Owen Doherty's going off, and John O'Malley's in. Number 24. Yeah, John
That's
O'Malley.
what we talked about, Oisín. The difference in the Naomh Conaill squad is making a difference from Kilcar. Just don't have them players to put in.
Yeah, the short kick out goes to Ryan McHugh. So once again, it's the question being asked of Kilcar. We have got 5 minutes of the 10 played of the opening period of extra time. Naomh Conaill are leading here by 13 points to 12. It's a 2-7 to 12 point game, and Kilcar just holding on to possession in their own half at the moment. Now it goes to Barry Shovlin. Shovlin coming up the right hand channel, gives it to Patrick McBurty. Campbell's marking McBurty. A couple of players are going to meet Patrick McBurty. Stephen McBurty's won a free. The referee's played the advantage. Ryan McHugh's trying to bust through the challenges. The referee's going to bring it back for a free, about 47, 48 metres out. And McBurdy's thinking about having a go here, Martin.
Yeah, I think, he's definitely good enough of his accuracy to kick it over the bar, and he's going to have a go at a big score. That Kieran Thompson points a massive score, because extra time it ends up maybe 1 score, 2 scores at the very most. There's a big kick by Patrick McBurdy, and he won it himself as well. But you have to give Naomh Conaill credit. They've got the squad of players, and they're using the bench really well. They've got fresh legs on the field. Here goes McBurdy.
Yeah. Thompson's got 1-5. McBurdy's got 7, looking to make it 8. Here comes McBurdy. McBurdy kicks it high. McBurdy's effort is going to go out to the right and wide. 3 consecutive wides from Kilcar, Martin.
Yeah, that's big chances missed, and it was a difficult free, but he was probably right to have a go at it. They need to get possession of the ball, Kilcar. They need to get hold on to the possession. Naomh Conaill up to 15 players now.
Yeah, so 15 apiece on the pitch once again. The kick towards the middle. The ball breaks. They're chasing it down. Nathan Burns, one of the players, is trying to get there. He does. Is there a push in the back by Eoin McHugh? Referee says no. Coming away with it, it's the Brick Malloy. Malloy gives it off to Campbell. The second half substitutes linking up. Here's another one. Nathan Byrne. It's back to Thompson. Thompson carrying the ball back in field, but he's not going forward. The man that's looking to get forward is Kevin McGettigan. McGettigan goes as far as the Kilcar 45. Thompson's going to send it in. That's a lovely wee delivery in to Keelan McGill. McGill's going to have to wait for support. Naomh Conaill continue to hold on to possession. Kieran Gallagher has it once again. Gallagher running at this Kilcar defence, waiting for the players to line up off to his left. He continues to hold on to possession. He flicks it the way. Nathan Byrne gets there first. Back it comes to Kieran Gallagher once again.
I think they're trying to get the ball to Kieran Thompson again, if they can get him on that left foot to kick another big score.
Popped over the top. And as Naomh Conaill go chasing another score that would put them 2 in front. There's 3 yellow jerseys there having a go. And they managed to do it well and come away with it. They've dispossessed Naomh Conaill. Oh, there's a high challenge in there. Inside the 20, the referee, Mark Dorian. Don't think he's going to do anything on that incident. He's making a tick, he's making a note. No card on that occasion. The challenge was high. By the way, 2 minutes to go to the end of the first period of extra time on the scoreboard. 2-7 Naomh Conaill, that's 13. 12 points to Kilcar. The only score that we have had in this extra time is that wonderful effort from Kieran Thompson to bring his total to 1-5, and that's the difference between the two sides. Thompson, of course, has been the difference on championship big days for Naomh Conaill previously, and on occasions where he's won them titles as well. As his score is going to be enough to send the Dr. Maguire back to the parish of Naomh Conaill. Diagonal ball across infield to Conor Doherty. Back it comes now to Stephen McBurdy. It goes over the top. It's asking a bit much there of young Cormac Cannon, but he does well to get possession. He's been bundled over the line, and Jimmy White, the linesman, signalling it's going to be a sideline ball to Naomh Conaill, with the Kilcar supporters down below not happy with that decision. They think he was pushed. But from a Naomh Conaill point of view, it's a sideline ball in favour to the men in white.
I think it's a wrong call by Jimmy White. I think the Kilcar player, Cormac Cannon, knocked the ball of the Naomh Conaill player out over the line, and he made the call sheet out over the line. It was a wrong call by Jimmy White.
Back they go to McGrath, the goalkeeper, and now with about 40 seconds actually, to go to the end of the first period of extra time. Naomh Conaill have the opportunity to get another score and build another attack here. Into the Kilcar half they go. The short hand passing game. Ethan O'Donnell got a hand on it. Who's in there? The Brick's in there. It's bouncing about, and Kilcar have come away with possession and turned it over once again. Back they go to Ryan McHugh. So will there be enough time for Kilcar to try and get a score before the end of the first period of extra time? We have got 10 seconds to go till we hit the 10. Mark Dorian's keeping an eye on his watch. Conor Doherty's carried it into the Naomh Conaill half. He's going to come back in field once again. Out it comes to Mark McHugh. McHugh looking up to see what the options are. Delivery by McHugh. And it just bounces off the chest of Mclean. Down in that pocket on the right hand side. No foul committed. Mark Dorian's called for a free to Naomh Conaill because the player from Kilcar had overcarried it. And there is the half-time whistle in extra time. So we have played the 10 minutes of the first period of extra time. Brendan Kilcoyne keeping a very close eye on proceedings as well. One score the difference, and it was a beauty as well by Kieran Thompson, Brendan. Just to remind our listeners and those that are watching, as well. If need be, if required, we will have the dreaded penalties tonight to separate these two sides. But as things stand, it is Naomh Conaill lead by a point, 2-7 to 12 points. We've got the second period of extra time up and running, and it is Kilcar who have won the opening possessions, and now they can work it up the middle with Kieran McGinley. McGinley has support with McBurty. McBurty looking to terrorise this defence again. Kieran McGinley on the right boot. McGinley kicks it high and out to the left and wide. That's now 4 wides in extra time for Kilcar, and there's a change coming.
Yes, Michael Higgerty coming on, an experienced head coming on, trying to get a possession of the ball and maybe won a free. Again, that was a great chance for Kilcar, for Kieran McGinley, and to pick it up. I think it's young Ryan O'Donnell, number 21, it looks like, has been taken off down below us here. Ryan came on, so he's very young. He's a big future ahead of him. But again, disappointing Kilcar. They won possession well, but they didn't get the score.
The kick out's going to come from Stephen McGrath. McGrath sends it out to the right. Ryan McHugh is there, and he's the man that comes away with it. He's one advantage as well. Kieran McGinley picks it up again. Back it goes to the middle, and Owen McHugh. McHugh's going to feed it out to Ryan McShane, and back to Owen McHugh. He needs to watch his house because Dermot Brick Malloy was chasing in on it. Mark McHugh's going to give it to Michael Haggerty. The old dog for the long roads back on the pitch, wearing number 19 for Kilcar. Is there another championship for him? We're going to have to find a way to close this 1-point deficit, and they've got just over 8 minutes to do that. Conor McShane gives it to Owen McHugh. McHugh now goes as far as the 20 in the Naomh Conaill half. Back it comes to McShane. Stephen McBurty's there, and Mark McHugh once again. Kick to Kieran McGinley. Kieran McGinley with an opportunity which would have levelled it up, but it was a 4th wide in extra time for Kilcar. Flicks it out to the right as Kilcar look to try and create an opening again and have another go at getting a score. They haven't scored in extra time. Just 1 point came in extra time, and it was a lovely score from Kieran Thompson. Is that going to be the score that wins Naomh Conaill a 5th Dr. Maguire? We'll know within the next 7.5 minutes. But it's all the possessions with Kilcar here in these opening minutes of the second period of extra time, and it's Ryan McHugh once again. Ryan McHugh links up with his cousin Owen, and Kieran McGinley was there, but now they're going to sprint through the middle with Mark McHugh, pops it over the top. As Kilcar try to find an opening again, and Naomh Conaill have everybody inside almost their own 45. Conor McShane goes low with the pass. Michael Higgerty's fouled. Advantage is played. The referee's going to pull it back. Patrick Verdi's got a chance to level up this game, Martin.
Hard to tell you. The old head.
And now he's brought it forward again.
Goals. The old head, Michael Higgerty, got the ball. Conor McShane, I talked to him before the game. I know he's over 40 years of age. He's made a massive difference, Kilcar's game, man. He had a lot of experience. He's playing in the full back line. He's getting up the field, and I think maybe if Kilcar to start him, would we have conceded the 2 goals? And he's settled the whole team down. He's gone on a lot of ball from Kilcar, and he was involved in that move up the field. It's going to be all square. Are we going to penalties? The dreaded penalties.
Mark, we've still got over 6 minutes to play. There's a big man's come in from Kilcar. He's a young man as well, wearing 27. Jason Campbell is in.
He's a brother of the goalkeepers, Kevin.
Yeah, and he's going to go in up top. They're swapping places here, but we're going to watch Patrick McBurty. He's going to kick this one high into the town end of the ground. It's over the bar, and we are level once again in this 2020 Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Donegal Senior Football Championship Final. Kilcar move on to 13 points. Naomh Conaill, the holders, the defending champions, 2 goals and 7 points. We've got 4 minutes played of the second period of extra time. That means there's 6 to go in this game, and we are level once again. It is incredibly tense. It is incredibly tight. Is there a response now from Naomh Conaill, who haven't really had the ball much in the second period? Late challenge comes in on Jack McKelvey, and it's the fullback Porrick Carr that commits the foul. Goes to Anthony Thompson. Thompson is going to give it off to Corcoran, who just lays it off to the left to Jason Campbell. And again they'll be looking to get Kieran Thompson on the ball. Here's a kick from a very tight angle. It's going to stay in play. They're trying to get a hand on it. We're watching the umpire, and it's going to go out for a 45. I think the umpire changed his mind. The referee, Mark Dorian's gone in.
Oh, that's terrible by the umpire. You know, I mean, we don't want a big decision like this to hit the game. I mean, he was given a wide ball, and I think it was Liam McClune, whoever was in there, put a lot of pressure on him, and he changed his mind. And I mean, he made a decision the ball was going wide. We might see the replay here of it, and he made the decision to give a wide ball, and then we've had umpires. Remember the game last year with a lot of controversy, whether was the ball over the bar, was it wide, down in that same goals on that same side, and we just might be able to see it here again. What happened? The referee is a big decision making. He's given a 45. He's made the call to give a 45. Kieran Thompson, will he be able to kick this? Kicked a big one the first half.
Yeah, it's a big kick now to come from Kieran Thompson. The replay on that just hasn't worked out for us, so we're going to stick with what we have here. And it's Thompson who's going to take this 45. Kieran Thompson has a goal and 5 in this final. He's already kicked the 45 in the first half. This will put Naomh Conaill back in front with under 5 minutes to go. Here comes Thompson on the left. Thompson kicks it high, and Thompson's effort goes out to the right and wide. And that would be a first wide of extra time for Naomh Conaill. Kilcar have kicked 4 wides in extra time. There's under 4 to go, and we're still level, 13-2-7.
Yes. I know Kilcarman is nerve-wracking up here, and I know it's nerve-wracking for both supporters watching us at home or listening to us at home. And Naomh Conaill have they made enough? Maybe it's Kilcar has made it. I think Matthew Mclean is coming back in, and Cormac Cannon's gone off. So Matthew had a wee wreck. If he gets the ball, he's capable of kicking a point. So possession from Kilcar's point of view is be very important. Naomh Conaill going to push up on this kick out. In a way, I know Naomh Conaill would take it, but it's just as well for everybody that ball went wide, maybe because it was, I don't know, it's hard to see we're close to it, but he did make a decision to flag it wide, and then he seemed to change his mind. But the referee went then consulted with him, and he made the decision to 45.
And the kick's going to come. There's been a change as well on the Naomh Conaill bench. The kick towards the middle. It's picked up by Michael Hegarty. Hegarty into Campbell. Jason Campbell flicks it forward as it goes into the path of Darragh O'Donnell, who's onto the pitch as well. The latter part of this game, O'Donnell manages to get it away as it comes back to Hegarty and into the middle to Ryan McHugh. So is Kilcar's turn now to try and go and find what possibly could be a match-winning point. 2.5 minutes to go in this tie. Conor McShane gives the ball to Michael Hegarty. The veterans from Towney linking up. Will there be another championship for them? Darragh O'Donnell flicks it forward down the left-hand side. Matthew Mclean has it. McLean sends it forward. Kilcar still hold on to possession. Back to O'Donnell again. O'Donnell gives it to McBurty. McBurty is able to ship a challenge. Ryan McHugh gets it away into the path of Michael Hegarty. And now it's Mark McHugh. Again,
can they get the ball from their point of view to Paddy McBurty? That's the big thing. I'm saying Mark McHugh's going to give it to him.
Now McBurty has it. And it's on the 45. But again, Naomh Conaill are set up.
Jason Campbell came on and picked up Paddy McBurty. You know, he's doing well on him. He's physically maybe bigger than AJ Gallagher, and he's been doing well on him.
Kilcar have Michael Hegarty again in the edge of the Naomh Conaill half as Kilcar try and find a hole in this very, very tight Naomh Conaill defence. What do we have on the clock? 1.5 minutes to go of time added on, or sorry, of extra time, and I don't think there'll be much time added on at the end of this one. We're getting closer to the dreaded penalties.
Kilcar need to go and try to have possession of the ball. They need to try to work a free from their point of view. Naomh Conaill, they're trying to get Naomh Conaill to come on to them, and Naomh Conaill not going to come on to them. And they need to get the balls to that man McBurty from a Kilcar point of view.
10 seconds to go. Well, 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. As Kilcar continue to hold possession, Naomh Conaill quite happy to keep them out around the middle of the park. And it's with Shovlin and now Michael Hegarty once again. Is there anybody brave enough to run at this Naomh Conaill defence from a Kilcar point of view and try and get a match-winning score? We're into the closing minute. Sent out to Ryan McHugh, who's been tracked by Eunans Doherty. Ryan McHugh carrying the ball onto the 45. Is McHugh able to cause a problem? To Kieran McGinley. For Kilcar, and now he's overcarried the ball. That's a big call by Mark Dorian.
He blew Patrick McBurty for overcarrying and probably maybe made the decision on the free in that he gave him earlier on, but that's a big call.
It is a big call by Mark Dorian. There's another change coming. The changes are coming thick and fast here in extra time. Is it Leo McClune's gone off? for Naomh Conaill. Just watching on the sideline to see who else has come back in. Maybe Charles McGuinness is back into the game as well.
Is it Kieran Thompson was going up? I thought it was a 9-8 up there.
I seen a 9 going up, but there was an 8 went off.
Oh, was it? Yeah. So Kieran Thompson's still there. There's an 18 going off, I think, down there as well, is he? Yeah. They may be getting men. I don't know. Do they think he's going to penalties and getting penalty takers on the field?
We've played the 10 minutes, so we're at the discretion now of Mark Dorian. There's going to be 2 minutes added on at the end of the game. So is there a match-winning score from Thompson and Cole? Here's the brick Malloy. 45 out.
Wide.
It's going to drift out to the left, and it's going to go out to the left and wide.
That's where Conor McShane, see the physical power that Conor McShane had there. I think Liam McClune Rivers on there knocked Charlie Gollard knocked on the ground, but he made the difference of that physical power. And I think if Kilcar had him in there at the start, and they've kicked away the ball now on the goalkeeper, they don't want to let Kilcar take a short kick out. Charles McGuinness kicked the ball away.
Yeah, McGuinness gets a yellow card. So Brendan Kilcoyne, stand by, because we're going to be bringing you in the next couple of seconds, because we're going to have the whistle. There's a minute to go. We've played 11. There's a minute to go, and this is so important now. It's Kilcar that have possession. Naomh Conaill will be looking to turn them over. Is there another score in this game? There's been 2 scores in extra time. Kieran Thompson, of course, got the score for Naomh Conaill in extra time.
And Patrick McBurty from a free.
Yeah, Patrick McBurty got the free for Kilcar as he brought his total to 8. And Kilcar hold on to possession. We've got 20 seconds to go, and that will be the 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the game up. The time coming, of course, for all the substitutions being brought on. We're getting closer to the penalties. We've got 10 seconds. Mark Dorian's watching, keeping an eye on his watch, so he is. And the ball's positioned in the middle of the park. Are we going to get the full-time whistle? There it is. The full-time whistle has been blown, and the game after extra time has finished 13 points Kilcar, 2-7 to Naomh Conaill, and we're going to have penalties to find out who is going to be the winner of the Dr. Maguire this year. Brendan Kilcoyne, your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are, I've never seen penalties taken before in a Gaelic football match to decide a county final. Listen, for the team that's beaten on penalties is going to be very disappointing. There's no good way to lose a county final, but to lose it on penalties is going to be very, very cruel on the losing team. So it is, but that's where we're at. They have to both teams now to decide. I think it's 5 penalty takers and decide who they are. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, bodies are tired, the minds are tired, it's going to be difficult, but it's about regaining your composure for the next 15 or 20 minutes now and maybe standing up and slotting it. But listen, this was a titanic struggle. We always felt it was going to be a titanic struggle between 2 very evenly matched teams. I felt Kilcar probably played a lot of the better football on the day, but there we are, we're into penalties, and it's a first for me anyway, Oshie.
That's a first for me too. Martin McHugh, first for you.
I think AJ Gallagher was actually trying to tell Kevin Campbell what he's supposed to do. You know, was he telling them? Was he probably telling them the Naomh Conaill penalty kickers were going to be? And Kevin got a wee bit fired up there with that situation there. But look that's what it is. We have the stats here in front of us. I think I'll sit down for a minute. It's nerve-wracking stuff. We look at it. Kilcar 9 attacks in that extra time to Naomh Conaill 6, and maybe that's the time they should have laid on and tried to win the game. They 6 shots to 3. So both were trying to get the ball to Patrick McBurty. Shots from play was 4. No score from it. Shots from 3s. They had 2 and they got 1 score from it. Naomh Conaill shots from play got the 1 point from play. Look, it's a bad way to finish a final. And, you know, I know that from the point of view of finals, normally finals will go to a replay, and because the situation is, and as it's been last year's final, if it is probably this year's final, it will go to a replay probably. First of all, we saw it last year. That's the disappointing thing. But look at, as Brendan said, they're not much between the 2 teams. Penalty takers, and probably my own 2 boys will be kicking penalties. And I don't know, they're not an easy job kicking penalties, so it's a lottery now. And
you might have to get back on that seat again, so you might.
I might have to get back. I might end up in Letterkenny Hospital. That's where I could end up.
Come here, you calm yourself down. We'll go down below to get some reaction from Kieran O'Donnell, who's got Brendan Devaney and Gary McDade standing back here.
Thanks, Oisin. Brendan, for the first time ever, the Dr. Maguire will be decided on a penalty shootout.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, Kieran, really, but was anybody actually practicing penalties? I just can't see during the week there, Kilcar or Naomh Conaill actually saying let's practice penalties. But listen, this is where we're at. You talk about a lottery. Maybe it's a bit unfair game, but there's no time for anything else. Both sides give it their all. We're just chatting as we walked away there. This is basically a first round of a championship game, really, even though it's a final. In terms of both sides, their application date. So we can't be too overcritical of it, but it's no coincidence in extra time. McBurty and Thompson, the two boys, racking on the scores. We thought we might see a few more scores. Gary was looking for 4. That's what he was looking for, Glenn Sloy, back in the day. But you have to admire the craft that Mickey Higgs winning that free. How many times have we seen it do it? And them small wee things can be the difference of winning and losing. It looks like here nobody actually wanted to lose the game rather than win it. But it's coming down to the lottery of penalties now.
Gary, a lot was made of the Naomh Conaill squad. But when John McDonald's able to pull in a man like Michael Hegarty, who's been there and done that, it's a huge boost for the team at a crucial time.
Yeah, and Brendan touched on it the way that he won that 3. He kind of, he made sure he was going to win it. He won it right on top of the D as well for Patrick to kick over and had the equalising score. But the other key score in that game, we probably saw the score of the match by Kieran Thompson. I mean, we commented up here. Kieran McGinley was probably the score of the game up until that point, but absolutely fantastic score. Would have been a brilliant score to win a county final. Unfortunately, now from a Glenty's point of view, it's not going to be that. One score each in extra time. To back up Brendan's point about a first round game, probably maybe the conditioning work's not there in the legs that they would have had through a full season. They only got back a few weeks ago. We played 7 league games, a few weeks training before that there. Yes, you can work away on your own, but Kieran, it's not the same thing until you've run the championship when you can build up that game sense into your legs.
Gary, thanks. Brendan, thanks. Back to you, Oisin.
Okay, thanks to Kieran O'Donnell and to Gary and to Brendan, and we're going to be on the edge of our seats here, that's for sure. Come the penalty shootouts, we're waiting to see who's going to take the penalties for the respective sides. Brendan Kilcoyne, we're just watching actually the Naomh Conaill supporters now go to the other end of the pitch, and they're getting behind the goals for the penalties. The Kilcar supporters, Brendan, down below us, letting the officials know that are they allowed to move. It's all very, very tense here, so it is, and I suppose every wee inch and quarter and any wee thing can fall into place here and give any side advantage, but it's a position that we didn't think we would be in. We didn't hope that we would be in. We knew it could be possible, Brendan, but we didn't hope that we would be stuck with penalties here tonight.
We've never seen it before in county final, and you're just wondering which goals will they use, the town goals or will they use the river goals. And I suppose things like who shoots first, and I suppose we've all watched penalties over the years in different soccer tournaments and all that kind of thing, but there's a lot of pressure on players, and it's an awful thing for a player if they miss a decisive penalty here, so it is to have to carry that. This county final means so much to Kilcar and the Glenties communities, and for a player it's going to be so unfortunate. I know that the community will rally around that player if they do miss the decisive one, but it's a big ask. These lads are they're amateur footballers to get up and go to work on Monday, and it's going to be difficult, so it is. But who will the 5 penalty takers for each team? I don't know. I'm sure there's a bit of work done on it. I'm sure.
I think they have to finish the game, don't they, Brandon? The 5 players have to be on the field. I think
they have to be
at the end of the game, so that's probably. My wife's after texting me, oh, sweet God, I can't watch this. that's
I think your wife in Kilcar and a lot of other people at Naomh Conaill and Glenties can't be watching.
It's bad enough to be at it, but look, I think the penalties, I remember in 1992, the one thing I didn't want, I was going to take the penalty for Donegal. If we got a penalty in the All-Ireland final, I was going to try to take it, and probably John O'Leary was one of the best goalies. I said Charlie Redmond got a penalty and missed it for Dublin. So look, it's a big thing. It's a lottery now, how it's going to go. The 5 penalty takers that they pick, they're the 5 have to stay on the penalties. You can move them around. If it goes more than 5, you can put the 5th up first or whatever you do, but you have them 5 have to be out of kick. So Paddy McBurty's going to take the field. Kieran Thompson's going to be kicking one for Kilcar. I'd say maybe Mark McHugh's free kick and Ray McHugh will kick. They'll probably have the other responsibility to know McHugh point here of them players.
Of course, is also captain of this Naomh Conaill side. Kieran Thompson lifts the Dr. Maguire into the air. And Naomh Conaill for the 5th time in the club's history are Donegal senior football champions once again. Performance that's seen them beat Kilcar on penalties. It doesn't matter how you run it, but you've got the Dr. Maguire Cup.
So he wouldn't be available to hit one. So he would maybe.
So there you are. Right.
Maybe Ethan O'Donnell if he's
Jack McKelvey.
Yeah. So what's actually happening now is both squads are sending their players forward who'll be taking penalties. They've actually cleared the back of the goals from supporters, because Naomh Conaill supporters had made their way from the opposite end and the stand to congregate behind the goals, and that's what the hold-up was. The stewards have moved all the supporters away from the back of the goals, and Kilcar are coming here to this near side just below us, and Naomh Conaill are staying over the other side. We await to see who will be taking this penalty.
Rick Malloy is definitely another man who was ended the game, was definitely taking a penalty. And is it Kieran Gallagher looks like out there playing about with the ball as well. Yeah. I don't know how many players on either side played
Charlie
a bit of
McGuinness seems to be out there too.
Yeah. Kilcar's point of view, it's Patrick McGrady, Matthew Mclean, Mark McHugh, and Ryan McHugh is there anyway. And
there's 4 there.
I don't know who's the other one, unless it's the goalkeeper Kevin Campbell himself. Maybe he's going to take the 5th. I don't know. There's only 4 there anyway.
There's only 4 there.
Maybe they think they'll only need 4.
No, I doubt they don't think that. So it looks like it's going to be. Is it? Am I right in saying that it's going to be Kevin Campbell's going to be the other kicker? Maybe. Owen McHugh's definitely off here down below us, and. They're all in a huddle down here. The Kilcar team and the Naomh Conaill team are in a huddle over the other side.
Charles McGuinness is going to take the first anyway for Naomh Conaill. The Brick Malloy is there. He's going to take one. We're just looking to see in the middle who else is there. And we have John O'Malley's going to take one too.
Yeah.
So he is.
Fairness, all the other players are shaking hands.
Brendan McDyer's going to take one.
They're all shaking hands out there. Look at it, it's a terrible way to. I said, you'd love to see nobody missing it, but somebody's going to have to miss. Till we get the Dr. Maguire presented at about 12 o'clock tonight, Oshie.
And the 5 players have to keep rotating if we're going to like sudden death.
That's the way it works. And there'll be some excitement about the different pubs everywhere. I know Leo has a big screen up there, and I know John Joe has a big screen up in Kilcar, and Kennedy's have a screen up as well. So just look at that's where the excitement will be. I would say this is like the World Cup going back to it, in different areas when you had that famous penalty shootout. And so we had the great Donegal man, that in Packy Bourne.
It's history on a Saturday night in McCool Park in Ballybuffet. For the very first time, the Dr. Maguire Cup is going to be decided on penalties. It's live on Highland Radio and on the stream. And here comes McGuinness. McGuinness goes low and it's into the back of the net. And Charles McGuinness has Naomh Conaill one up. Brendan Kilcoyne.
Yeah, well stuck. Bottom right corner, just below under the keeper. And the best way to hit a penalty is to keep it low under the keeper, not at goalkeeper height that it's easy to dive at. So he stuck that really calm, collected, dropped it in the corner. Great penalty from Charles McGuinness.
So 1-14 for Naomh Conaill opens the penalties and scores. The next is the 14 for Kilcar, and that is Patrick McBerty. McBerty up against Stephen McGrath. Here goes McBerty on the left. He goes low into the bottom corner. A very well executed penalty by Kilcar, Martin McHugh.
Brilliant finish by Patrick McBerty. Looked like he was going to go when the way he ran up with it. He was going to go to the other side, put it away well. He's had a big game for Kilcar today. A lot of people talking about Patrick. I mean, there's been big talk about him since the Derry game and the Throne game. He showed today that Patrick McBerty, we know in Kilcar what a fabulous footballer he is. Here goes the next one.
Yeah, up next, wearing number 24, John O'Malley for Naomh Conaill. He's going to take the second penalty. And standing in his way is Kevin Campbell, the Kilcar goalkeeper. So here comes John O'Malley with the penalty on the right foot. O'Malley goes to the bottom corner. Campbell nearly got a hand on it, and it just got in under the keeper. It's 2-1 on penalties to Naomh Conaill, as Ryan McHugh's going to take the next one. Brendan Kilcoyne.
Yeah, Johnny O'Malley, I know Johnny well. He worked with us with County Minors last year. He was on Luke Barrett's team. Good fella Johnny, so and he stuck that really calm too into right at the goalkeeper, other side from where Charles McGuinness put it, but really the goalkeeper had no chance. So really good quality of penalties actually so far.
And Martin McHugh is back on the seat, so he is. He's sitting down as he watches his son Ryan take a penalty on county final night. Ryan McHugh up against McGrath. Ryan McHugh steps up with the right. McHugh has his penalty saved by the Naomh Conaill goalkeeper. The first of the penalty save, a miss by Ryan McHugh. Brendan Kilcoyne, it's advantage Naomh Conaill.
Advantage Naomh Conaill now, and you know, keeper made a good save. Ryan probably put it at a good height for him. And listen, one of these things, it's very much the toss of a coin, but it was a good save from our keeper Stephen McGrath, and Ryan will be disappointed, but listen, the chance to get back into it here.
Yeah, and next up is the Brick Malloy. The Brick Malloy against Stephen Campbell. The Brick Malloy is going to hit this with the left foot. Here comes the Brick. The Brick powers it into the bottom right corner, and now Naomh Conaill have gone 3-1 up on penalties, and Kilcar with Matthew Mclean have to get back into play here, so they do. Martin McHugh.
Yeah, Matthew Mclean, you know, the captain team going up to take this penalty. It's a big one this time. If you feel if Kilcar missed this, they're gone, you know. But it's a big kick for him. Matthew's very accurate, very good. But Steve McGrath is a very good goalkeeper. I mean, it's a good save. I know Ryan hit the ball a wrong height for him and everything else. But hopefully Matthew puts it away and keeps it going.
So Matthew Mclean has to score this one to keep Kilcar in touch in this county final. It's Mclean against Stephen McGrath. Good penalty by Matthew Mclean. A solid penalty, put the keeper the wrong way. It goes to 3-2. Brendan Kilcoyne.
Yeah, good penalty from Matthew McLean. Again, what we're seeing here is all the penalties that have been kept low and daisy cutters, as they call them, are hitting the net. So they are. The one penalty that kind of went at the right height for the goalkeeper was saved, but the general quality of the penalty taken has been very good, so it has.
And now this is the turn of Brendan McDyer, a second half a substitute as well, coming into the game. This is a crucial one for Brendan McDyer. This would put them 4-2 up. Brendan McDyer against Kevin Campbell. McDyer is going a left-footed penalty taker. Brendan McDyer. His mother Rose will be listening in and watching on. Here comes McDyer, and he's wide, sent it wide. It's going out to the right and wide, and McDyer has missed. Ryan McHugh missed for Kilcar. Kilcar now can level this up with their fourth penalty to 3-3. It stays at 3-2. The next man to walk forward is another of the McHughs. It's the oldest of the brothers. Mark McHugh is going to take this one, and big pressure on the head of Mark McHugh. Martin, was he much of a soccer player?
I don't know what kind of player he was at the time, but I don't know if he's a penalty taker or not. I'm not sure of that. Brent McDyer hit the ball well, but it just went past the post. He had put Kevin Campbell, the goalie, the wrong way, and it's down to this here, this kick, and then the next two kicks. It looks like if Mark McHugh can score this.
This is the fourth round of penalty kicks. It's the fourth for Kilcar. Mark McHugh up against Stephen McGrath. Mark McHugh looking to level it up 3-3 in penalties, and he has it saved. McGrath has saved it. A super save by Stephen McGrath. It stays at 3-2, and now we have Kieran Thompson trotting forward. This would be the match-winning penalty if he converts it. And Kieran Thompson.
It's a great save by Stephen McGrath. Mark will be disappointed, all right, it was a great save. Thompson scored a penalty in the first half of the game, so don't expect him, to tell you the truth, to miss this.
There's one man you'd want taking a penalty, so it'll be Kieran Thompson, or obviously Patrick McBrearty for Kilcar, but Kieran Thompson, you would have to fancy that he'll stick it because he is a really cool, calm, collected footballer.
Yeah, so it's Thompson against Campbell. Is there a big save in Campbell? Thompson 1-5 tonight. This will give the Dr. Maguire back to Naomh Conaill. It will return to the parish in Glenties. Here comes Kieran Thompson on the left foot. Thompson drills it into the back of the net, and Naomh Conaill, for the fifth time in the club's history, are the Donegal senior football champions, and they have made history by lifting the title for the very first time in Donegal GA history on penalty shootouts. Brendan Kilcoyne.
Yeah, Naomh Conaill, county champions 2005, 2010, 2015 and 2020, so they're good at the multiples of 5. Listen, an awful way to decide a game, and I don't think it's something that the GA should pursue going down the line, because we have to make time for these players to give them another opportunity to get them to a replay. But listen, fair play to Naomh Conaill. They've been a dominant force in Donegal football over the last number of years, and they came out on top today. They'll know it was by through penalties and that they wouldn't have wanted to win it by penalties. But they'll not be too bothered. They look pretty salubrious down there, and they'll enjoy this victory over their rivals, Kilcar. But listen, you have to feel sorry for Kilcar. I thought they were actually the better team. They played the better football on the day, and maybe with a bit more belief in themselves, and maybe if they had attacked that Naomh Conaill defence a bit more, they could have had more joy, because when they did, they certainly seemed to upset them. But it was a very tense game of football the whole way through, and it wound down to players kicking penalties, and Stephen McGrath is going to be the Naomh Conaill hero with a couple of brilliant saves.
Martin, you've had a couple of seconds to compose yourself. It's hard to swallow, I'm sure, as a Kilcar man.
Yeah, it's tough, and especially when my own two young fellas that missed the two penalties, but look, that's the way it is. You probably take on the responsibility of kicking the penalties, and they were all good penalties. Maybe the two of them had to hit them too high, but that's the way it is. Look, they'll have to get on and get over it, but it's a big letdown, in a way for everybody, I suppose. It's just disappointing that, as I said, it was my own two lads that missed that penalties, and they let the club down in that situation there. But look, we go forward and everything else, and you take on the responsibility of kicking penalties. It was a lottery, but Naomh Conaill kicked some very, very good penalties. Even the last one, we went hard. Kieran Thompson, captain, led by example, and thumped it into the net.
Okay, let's get some reaction with Brendan Devaney and Gary McDaid. They're downstairs once again with Kieran O'Donnell. Kieran.
Brendan, Naomh Conaill have made a successful defence of the Dr. Maguire Cup and the most dramatic of circumstances.
Just thinking back, they were on the verge of losing 3 in a row. Now they're on the verge of maybe winning 3 in a row. Fair play to them. They were right down at the bottom when you think coming into that third title, and they somehow pulled it out in that trilogy we talked about previously. And again tonight, never say die attitude. Listen, penalty shootouts is about goalkeepers. We talked about Campbell before. He was fulfilling that role for Kilcar. It's not a natural position for him. Stephen McGrath stood up well in his couple of saves. I know Thompson will get the hero worship. He was obviously man of the match, 2-5. He was brilliant, but really his 2 saves were crucial there. I think just in the second penalty, probably there was a chance for Kevin to save. It just went under his body. But at the end of the day, Kieran, we said it was a lottery. I was just chatting to some of the Kilcariads. They were saying they were practicing penalties, but when you step up to do it, the long walk up after all this tonight, extra time and that, very, very tough asks of the players. But at the end of the day, that man held his nerve, Thompson. I think when he stepped up, Kieran, there was no doubt that ball was hitting the back of the net. Deservedly, he'd be man of the match tonight.
Gary, what's your view on the penalty shootout?
Listen, I think it's harsh, Kieran. I was talking to some neutral supporters there on the terrace, and they made the point that why not play the game, next weekend, next Saturday night, and there's only a couple of league games, put them off to the end of the year. It's very unfair in both teams there. Maybe even like last year or 2019, we went Wednesday night. Maybe, hindsight's a great thing, it's unfair in both teams. But listen, both teams had their opportunities out there, the 1 and 2, Kieran. Glenties probably will be cursed themselves. My figures might be entirely accurate, but I had down 16 wides to Kilcar's 9, so they had plenty of chances to win that game during the 60 minutes of normal time and then the 10 each way of extra time. And probably Kilcar look back on it, Brendan. To me, I kept saying to you, when we're in the terrace here next time, they had the chances in extra time. They had 1v1s that they didn't take, and I felt if they'd have taken those 1v1s as in take the man on, Mark Dorian would have given frees, because he seemed to be giving frees tonight when there was contact made, and they had opportunities, and they'll probably never watch that game back, but if they did, they would see those opportunities there to get 1v1s when the game was in extra time. Both teams had chances in extra time to win it, but Naylor, there was nearly a fair illusion, what Brendan mentioned at the end of extra time.
It's going to be a very short defence of the title, Brendan. The new championship starts next month, so Kilcar will be the first time going for Naomh Conaill. Yeah, right back at it, Kieran. You've seen in the league there, still the top 4 are some ways away from everybody. That's why a lot of people were tipping Naomh Conaill heavily there tonight. I didn't see it that way, because I just felt in the league those sides are better, are ahead of other teams anyway. Plus the fact they're going into a county final, they're going to be that bit more conditioned. But listen, unlucky tonight. I think that the one in losing this game was at half time. Kieran, Kilcar went down with their tails up, and whatever happened in that 20 minutes, that second half, Naomh Conaill come out and bossed it. And I felt if Kilcar had taken up the game where they closed off that first half, they were in the ascendancy. So you got to say fair play to Regan and his crew. They controlled that second half for a large period. And in fact, as I said, every time a team goes into a lead here, they invite the other team on. And that's what happened with the goal. Kilcar responded. As we said, there was a few decisions went their way. But I think that at half time was a big thing. Naomh Conaill came out a different side in the second half and bossed most of that second half. Naomh Conaill are the first club to retain a title since 2009. Have they got the wherewithal to make it 3 in a row now?
Yeah, that's the one. Kieran, listen, come back to my own time. We lost 2 finals in a row, and then we ended up 1 3 in a row. So maybe us and Naomh Conaill finally have something in common.
Gary, how do you see Naomh Conaill in the next championship?
As well,
How do you see Naomh Conaill faring in the next championship?
Yeah, listen, I spoke in the build-up to this game and during the week that I think inside their own camp they definitely would have been talking about we'll never have a better chance of a 3 in a row. I mean, this final now is the middle of August. We're talking the 2021 final. We're talking 8 to 10 weeks away. I mean, you just don't get that. The momentum, Kieran, that they're going to get from that there now to push on, and they know then they'll probably think they've unfinished business in Ulster as well after losing an Ulster final to Kilcoo by a kick of the ball, who went all the way to an Ireland club final.
Gary, Brendan, thanks for your views.